What's up, everybody? This is the One Page One Shot Club. We're going past the single page tonight. Insane. I know. I am your humble game master, Ryan Doyle, and joining me today is...
Hey, I am Jim Heskett, GM Jim from the Wishers and Wordslingers. That is.
I'm Brad Wolf from Diardan, and below me is...
I am Stephanie from Stephanie Plays Games.
Is it that? So for me, I'm on. There we go. Oh, I see. Okay. I was like, is this actually Brady Bunch? Like everyone sees exactly the same. I didn't realize that. It's not like Discord at all. I'm from MBR, and over here, I got it mixed up too.
I know.
I'm Angela. I'm off camera tonight because the internet hates me, but I'm an artist, and you can find me at Apronot.
The Brady Bunch makes it look so darn easy, folks, but it is not.
They put a lot of practice into it.
They did. And they were not recording live before a studio audience like we are.
And
So
also
tonight...
welcome to Stephanie to her first One Page One Shot Club.
Yay!
Thank you.
Welcome to the family.
Yeah, up there. Sorry, I'm gonna keep doing it.
Hold on, let me move us around again so everyone's disoriented.
Shuffle.
So tonight we are dipping our schools into the old school waters, getting a little closer to like the D&D 5e 5.2455 that some of our viewers are maybe more familiar with, but this is in fact not that at all. This is the old magic where exploration is king and combat is deadly. I will be running The Waking of Willowby Hall by Ben Milton of Questing Beast fame. We're going to use old school essentials rule set very loosely as the mechanics, and we are using the Rogues Gallery from old school essentials. So why don't we go around and introduce our characters a little bit. I might take the extra effort to put our art up as we go through this in post, because
real quick, I had a question about the system. Is this something that was like actually old, or is this something that they are like retroing, like it's like having retro games on a Game Boy type of thing?
More the latter. So old school
Cool.
essentials is a basic expert clone. It's one of the best regarded ones. You could anger half the internet by saying that out loud. But I'm partial to old school essentials. It's a great way to get into that old school feel of older versions of D&D, the original source code of D&D, but it's very clean and approachable, which is something you can't say for the old stuff all the time. But yeah, we're gonna keep our one page kind of ethos here. It's not gonna be super crunchy mechanical. It's gonna be even lighter than the rules light old school essentials at base. So Jim, why don't you tell us about Sarge?
All right. Hey, how you doing? I'm Sarge. Do this voice for as long as I can. I can't promise I'll make it the whole session. I am a soldier, and I was recently the sole survivor of a big battle, which was unfortunate because I was supposed to die in that battle. See, I've got a wife and family back home, and I took out a really big insurance policy on myself so they would be taken care of, except I didn't die. And there's a clause in this policy that if I don't die by end of business on Friday, I'm going to be on the hook for a lot of the premium. So I'm here to make sure that gets taken care of.
Oh, well, I'm Sprig, and I dabble in fortune telling, and I can assure you, Sarge, that you will most likely die by Friday. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I appreciate that.
I hail from a city full of prophets and seers, and I dabble in the divining arts, and that's pretty much me. I like stars.
Well, speaking of stars, you can regard me as one. I'm Snipe. Pleasure is all yours, I'm sure. But I'm just a humble former kitchen worker. I was imprisoned by the Fae, and I'm very excited to be outside of all of that, and I'm really looking forward to opening up my own magical bake shop and reviving the art of magical pastries amongst you mere mortals.
My guy is the Hollow One. He was an accidental convert after he fell in love with a serpent priestess, and he was fed hallucinogenic brews. And then it revealed to him through psychedelic transcendence that it was actually a deity called Yag-Manon, which was the formless blackness of the void. And he became instantly the chosen one accidentally. And he is basically in charge of going out and finding treasures and bringing them back to fund the apocalypse, through business means, of course. And he, for whatever reason, the only thing he's really kept of his old self is he really enjoyed creating like little tiny taffies. And he's trying to learn how to meld the two together for his business and pleasure. So he has like little hallucinogenic candies that he gives to people to have them experience Yag-Manon very briefly to see if he can get some people onto his upside down funnel shaped business model. Yeah. Also, his real name is Kevin. I forgot to mention that. Yeah. Kevin the Hollow One. Yeah.
Kevin the Hollow One.
Hello, my name is Cherry. I'm not on camera today because these cameras are racist and they don't like short people. But here I am. I am a professional wanderer, explorer, adventurer, and a teller of tall tales. You'll never hear the same story twice from me because I can't remember them. But that's part of my charm. And another thing that makes me quite charming is my absolute love of pie. So if you've got pie, you're my friend. Snipe, I'm looking at you.
I've got pie.
Also, I hate pirates. I hate them.
All right, our motley crew of adventurers have come to Willowby Hall, seeking fame and fortune and treasure. Honestly, mostly it's about treasure. It is this big manor home, windows around the whole place. It's 2 stories, but there's towers poking out of the top of the roof, showing a partial 3rd floor. You have walked around, so we're looking at the 1st and 2nd floor for our folks at home here. I'll zoom in to make it a little bit simpler. You've walked around in the forest very smartly because you are professional adventurers. So you got the layout of the exterior of the place. You have just entered the front door. You know that this was once the home of the Circle of the Black Moon, which were some esoteric, creepy folks. You don't know too much about them, other than that their reputation has kind of left this place untouched and kept folks away. And that is good for you, because they also had some pretty sweet treasure. I am going to assign you all a token now. Sarge, you're getting swords. I'm going to shrink you down.
Hoorah.
Let's say, Cherry, I don't have a pie.
If you got a jug of liquor, I absolutely love to drink.
I'm gonna give you. We're gonna say that there's booze in this sack.
Oh, a sack of spirits.
Sack of spirits. Whoops.
I like that there couldn't be pie or cherries in the sack. It's definitely booze in the sack.
Anytime anyone talks about wanting liquor or anything or any food, I just toss them a taffy. A little psychedelic taffy. Which, by the way, I forgot to mention, my character looks absolutely like terrifying. Like, he has really ornate armor that has like swirls on it, and like it's all blackened and like looks crazy, has eyes all over the place. And then, yeah, I'm just throwing taffy at people.
So you're just like this weird, terrifying creeper. Who
Yeah, even my
candy.
like shield has like the stretched face of a goblin on it or something like that.
You're the personification of the creepy van.
Yeah. No. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah. I have a little marker on the side.
There's
Oh, I
Those cats.
also forgot to mention I am wearing a colander on my head because I have plate mail made out of hammered pots and pans from my time imprisoned in the Fey kitchens.
Nice.
This is not my normal attire.
I
is
don't
not-
believe you.
my normal setup. As you
That's
watch me
probably
struggle to
smart.
I don't. I wish I had a spatula. But we're gonna call this a kitchen knife. So Sprague, I gave you the wizard book, the magic user's tome. Snipe, you get the knife. So you're standing in this black marble hallway. The floor is black. The ceiling is black, painted with stars, constellations. There are a dozen black pillars towering up this 2-story. There is a balcony around the second story, this grand staircase leading up to it. And above you, a chandelier with 12 black candles.
Oh, this is definitely the home of the Dark Moon cults for sure. Master Hogwell told me never to encounter these folks, so I'm glad I'm here.
I'm feeling a little misled here. I really thought they liked the color red. This is very dark.
They're red accents. There's a like a burgundy rug leading up to the stairs, which have like a warm red undertone to the wood. There's some red carpet on the landings.
You just hear like heavy metallic footfall from behind the group as I'm like taking my it's a Chaos Star mace in front of my face as I'm clanking it with my shield. As I get forward and I kneel down and I stop and I just kind of stare around. And as I'm walking, I have this like almost like a heat mirage coming off of my armor. It's like multicolored though, like a very psychedelic color to it. And he doesn't speak very often, but he pipes up after someone was saying that it was dark out. You just hear this inhale and, yeah, it's pretty dark out here. Let me light it up for you. And I take out a torch and just turn it on. Anyone else need some candy? No? Just like very strange. Then toss you some candy.
Snipes had at least like probably 5 in the last hour. That's what Snipe is always ready to imbibe.
Don't worry, I'm a good sitter.
Sarge is going to walk around to each of the 12 pillars and give each one a good hard kick and then wait a second to see if it falls on him. One at a time, all the way around the room.
They are
traps.
they are very sturdy. Embossed on each of them is a moon-shaped sigil. Sigil. I'll say it both ways to make everyone mad at me. And it's interesting. You're kicking a dozen pillars, and it's a pretty dull sound. You're kicking black marble. But on the 12th one, it rings out like a bell. And you all hear this like tolling of like a church bell, and you're in the middle of nowhere. The closest town, the town you came from, is miles and miles away. And it sounds remarkably close. And Sarge, of course, you think that you just made that sound, but the rest of you realize it's coming from outside behind you, from the direction that you just came in the front doors. And looking there, you see 3 small figures running towards you. They're small because of perspective, not because of stature. Sorry, Cherry. And one giant, literally a giant, with a beard down to his knees, covering the bathrobe that he's barely managing to hold together, and swinging like a lasso, like a mace, is a church bell on a rope. and he is screaming, Mildred! And these three
Okay.
figures are
Mildred?
running towards you with a giant fairly close behind.
And how many figures are there that are running away?
There are 3 running towards you away from this giant. As they get a little bit closer and kind of like the shock of this whole situation wears off, you see that there is a man in armor with a sword in hand, a figure in robes. It's kind of hard to make out because there's a wizardly hat kind of over their face, and they are holding a goose. And to their right is a leather-clad individual with a hook for a hand, and they're just like motoring.
How big are the
towards
doors? How big are they?
you. They're pretty sizable. They're double doors, right?
Can we
So I'm gonna
close
say
the doors?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird shit
Yeah, I
going
just
on
I just
outside.
start saying I just walk towards the door and just like, all right, roll them up, and just start pushing the door.
I'm going to also run at the doors and immediately try to close them, mostly because of the hook hand person that makes me think about pirates. Now I feel triggered.
sure.
But I want that goose so bad. Shh.
Can
I'll look towards you, Snipe, and I'll just say, yeah, you're right. Maybe the Agmanon should decide what happened to their fate, and I take out like basically half of my hallucinogenic candies and try to just toss it towards them to see if maybe it'll entice,
If much like geese, they will
the
take things
troll
off of the ground
or-
and eat.
or yeah, maybe they're shiny enough, multicolored enough to make a troll look at it and think that it's useful or something. I don't know.
So which of the 3 is holding the goose?
The magic user in the middle, who is it's the shortest character, but you especially game recognizes the game. She's got a pretty decent looking staff with this gnarly looking crystal at the top. That's like kind of pointed towards you as she's running.
If we
and she's
run up
holding
to the
onto her hat and she's
balcony-
pulling onto this. I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, I was just thinking out loud.
No, what did you say?
Oh, I was saying if we run up to the balcony, maybe we can lure them in so I can get that goose. Maybe we can lose them in the rest of the house.
Yeah, I also have.
and
I
can
have.
get
Wait, I do have some rope too. We could probably, make them come up through the rope.
we can
if need
trip
to.
them.
Or that. I liked your style. It's all
Carrie is still
over.
trying to push the doors closed, by the way, like completely ignoring all of this conversation and trying to lock and bar them as quickly as possible.
You guys push these doors closed, which is fairly easy to do. They're pretty substantial exterior solid wood doors, and they're a little rusty. It's been a while since these hinges have seen much use, so it does take a little oomph to get them closed. But you close these doors just as they're about to seal shut. Hollow one throws a handful of psychedelic candy. The goose eats one, and you watch its pupils dilate, and it goes.
How do
For
you think that changes the flavor of it?
a moment, it's like foie gras. For a moment, there is pounding on the door from a metallic gauntlet.
Who's there?
And you hear a voice say, "Forget it, we'll go around." And the door gets very hot for a moment, and you see flames licking around the edges of it.
Maybe it's time for that rope. We run it between the pillars and trip them as they come in the door.
We should go outside and fight. It's dangerous. We'll probably die. We should do this.
Go for it,
We
Sarge.
should go up.
That sounds like a great idea. Go for it.
Yeah, think so?
Yeah, I believe in you.
I'll grab the door, but it's too hot, and I wet my hand back.
It's like that scene in Home Alone that's seared into every 90s kid's mind.
Yes.
You gotta have a little bit of a pick-me-up. Trust me. Every time I've gone into battle, which I've done so many times, every time I've had one, I've always come out just fine. And
I don't know.
throw him
Kevin,
some
last time I
taffy.
ate one of your candies, I plucked out all my eyelashes one by one.
Aerodynamic.
I haven't been blinking right for months.
Meaning you can always see your enemies.
Yeah, that's true. You make a good point.
So I will point out that all of the exterior walls that are not doors, just about, these are all windows. So you have a pretty good view as the magic user with the goose and the person with the hook hand, who appears to be the one saying, go around, go around, go around, run this way.
Mm-hmm.
While the older looking gentleman, now that you're getting a closer look at him in the armor, runs this way.
Mm.
And there is a beat or two before your vision is obscured by basically the knee and below of a very hairy giant leg.
Mm.
Bong, the bell rings out again, clearly having just smashed into the house as the chandelier is swinging. Cracks appear, little pieces of plaster fall off of the painted ceiling, and Sarge, you are sprayed with a little bit of shrapnel from one of these moon sigils exploding off of one of these columns. The column itself is structurally sound, but whatever that thing was broke in a very particular, significant seeming way.
Getting really exciting, guys. This could be it. Everyone ready?
So Ryan, which window is the wizard closest to, and can I open that window and try to get her to crawl inside?
You would have to act quickly, but yes, you could potentially do that from over on this side.
So I open the window and I call it, here, this way, and I reach out to like take the goose as if I'm trying to like help her through the window. Come on through.
I am going to say she looks at you, but we do have the predicament of the giant here.
Is in this system is CHA, is that still charisma? Like
Yes.
deceive?
That is,
Okay. So
that is
I
correct.
guess I'm really good at deceiving. I will try to go to the door. And has it been making like guttural sounds or noises or any sort of language at all? Besides, it said like Melinda, or what do you yell earlier?
The giant said Mildred.
Mildred.
And seems pissed and just smashed the house with this church bell.
Okay. In its inflection and kind of like style of talking, I look to my crew and I just say, all right, just give me a second. I need to get into character. And I turn around and I take off my mask and my helmet. And I don't really show my face to you guys that often, but when I take my helmet off, it's this huge just poof of black long hair that just unfurls from the helmet. And it's very silky smooth, which that's one of my only belongings is an ivory comb, I guess, that I always comb my hair, I guess it says. And I look to the door, and in the same way, I just try to do the same kind of voice and just say,
Do you know where Mildred is? I've been looking for her too. I can't find her here. Brother?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for closing that loop in my brain. All right, we're gonna let dice decide because there's a lot of things happening at once here.
yeah.
Brad, roll charisma.
All right, so just rolling a d20 to roll.
Rolling
under.
a d20, and you are hoping that you get under your total score. We're playing limbo on skills.
All right, so I have a charisma of 9, so this is gonna be great.
Ooh.
All right, point flip.
It's not
But
bad.
worse.
Boom.
Oh, pizza, baby.
Nice. Wait, as in good or bad?
For
us.
Well,
Oh, okay. Dang
There's
it.
no mixed success in this system, but on the nose, you open the window trying to convince this magic user to come inside. You kind of implied in order to snag the goose, but she sees you coming a mile away and is like football carrying, protecting the goose, putting all of her and her staff, which is giving, as you're like up close now, and she's coming through the window. You see there's a little wisp of smoke coming off of the top of it, and she says, "Lisbeth, this way." And
She's gonna cook it wrong. She's gonna cook it wrong.
the wizard with the goose and I'm gonna put him on the board for us here. And I suppose no, I'm not gonna put the giant up to this yet. Nah, forget it. I'm not. You don't need tokens. There's a wizard with a goose and the fairly dashing looking, hook-handed, piratey, right? It's a different styling to the hat. It's not a tricorner. It's got this jaunty angle to it. But yeah, sure enough, she's got a hook for a hand, and she's got shifty eyes, and they are inside as the giant follows the unfortunate soul who was not lured into the house around the corner, going this way. And the last you see and hear, the giant's foot falls around the side of the house.
I just look at the snipe and I just say, works every time.
That's amazing.
But the goose, she's gonna cook the goose wrong.
Yeah, I agree. We gotta get our hands on that.
It could be a
gotta get that
tortilla. It could be
Yeah.
a tortilla.
Sprig is not. I mean, I like Sprig. He's great. Let's be real though. His heads are always in the clouds, or rather stars. He's not a good cook. We need to get our hands on that goose before he does anything with it. You want a candy? Okay, yeah, I'll take one with you.
My pupils just get bigger and bigger, like the more I eat. I like to think it reminds me a little bit of being in the Fey realm.
Yeah. Yeah, it literally just says a bag of psychedelic herbs that I reflavored as candy. Oh, and I put on my helmet and mask again when I turned around and stuffed my hair back in them.
Is there a, like, on the balcony, can we see if there's a door or anything?
You can just make out from the ground floor that there are two hallways kind of leading off
Okay.
from that main balcony up there. And you do know there's a balcony on the exterior, and you know that there, just because of your orientation, you know that there are doors onto that balcony.
So
From
I'm
the interior
interested
balcony.
in, I would like to try to go up. I'm afraid the giant is going to damage things in this house, and I really, really love magic. Cultists are usually very flush with things I am looking for, so I can start my bakery someday. And I'm very worried about this giant damaging rooms of this house and potentially ruining my plans for the best bakery in the whole world.
Okay, so we're going to engage dungeon turn mode. You are heading upstairs. Let's say Sarge, what are you up to?
I am going to take out my two-handed sword and hold it high and stand next to Snipe. We have a mission now. We have to get that goose.
Well, Snipe is going upstairs. Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with Snipe then.
Cool. The goose is down in this hallway in front of you, at least for this like snapshot of time. The goose is in the magic user's arms. You guys start heading up the stairs. I'll tell you what, they, Old Hook Hand and the magic user with the goose kind of eye you guys up as you like are. You think you're whispering, but you are so freaking high off these weird candies that you are just like openly discussing like, I want to cook that goose for like a minute or two, and they just like make eye contact and they run upstairs before you guys. And they are heading. They're gonna go this way.
I'm gonna
Right
chase
before-
after the pirate, and I do want to make it known to the audience that I am dressed as a pirate. I just don't like other pirates. Therefore, yeah. So I'm gonna be like, no, I see that hook hand. No, not today, mate. That only one of us gets to have that, and I chase after him.
Cherry's running.
And no,
Sprig,
no
Hollow
thank
one?
you or appreciation for letting you through the window. I don't know.
You're
Very ungrateful.
from the pirate looking one.
Most ungrateful.
You owe us a goose.
You know, I love a good chaotic time. That's great and all. But sorry, who the hell are you guys? As I'm rushing with the rest of the group, like, and yeah, as I'm running with, I guess at the same time as Cherry, just like, you're right. There's only room for one. We must kill him. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, pop a candy. I keep running.
Am I the only sober one left in the party?
Do you want a candy?
Oh no, remember
It
I
makes you
tried.
closer to Yagamon, praise be. Also, there's cotton candy flavor, blue raspberry. It's up to you what you like.
Yeah, I tried those, and I really don't like them, and that's why I stick with the booze. And they made me speak weird languages, and my accent still hasn't recovered. So
Are you
honestly,
allergic to
I'm
snake
good.
venom?
Aren't we all though?
It might be. Never mind. Anyways, and I keep going.
I stop and chug a little bit out of my water skin of wine. Maybe rum, not sure.
Hollow, you're along for the ride. All right, they run upstairs. You follow them. In this hallway, there's a bit of a standoff. You know, Sprig, I'm going to put you. Sprig, what are you doing? You coming along?
Yeah, I'm following them up.
Okay, I'm gonna put you up on the second floor too.
I feel very offended that they said nothing. I was the one that saved their lives.
You did
Greatly
good, Sprig.
The pirate looking one smiled at you.
Yeah, but she's a pirate. I don't trust them.
That's right.
Yeah. Hey kids, just because someone has a hook to their hand doesn't mean they're a pirate. It's a very special episode of the One Page One Shot Club. So you chase after and question them. The magic user is in front again, very like protectively holding the goose, who is like clearly struggling. Its head is moving in like very serpentine ways since it ate this piece of psychedelic taffy. And she goes, "My name is Apocalypse Ann, and you have no idea what we've gone through to get this goose. So if you think I'm going to let you cook it, you are out of your minds."
So is the goose named Mildred?
Yes, the goose is Mildred.
I see. So okay.
Just gonna leave it at that.
She belongs to Bonebreaker Tom.
Was that the big guy?
That's obviously the big yes.
Ooh, by the way, I scared away. You know, everything's fine. I went to the door. I had a little convo with him, and he ran off. So I think you're safe for now. By the way, my name is Kevin, or also known as Hollow One. This is the crew, and I'll go through like the names as we don't have an official name yet, but I like to call us the the Yag and Bag LLC, Yag Manon. We're trying to get enough. Well, I'm trying to get enough money to help again with their apocalyptic plans. So we're kind of on the same wavelength here, Apocalyptic. And I'm trying to get enough money to funnel upwards to make my business go kaboom, basically. So maybe we can help each other out with this whole big A thing, right? What were you running from? Just the troll, or where'd you get this goose? There's so many questions going on right now.
I lean over to you after you give that explanation. I'm like, was that always our name? Was that always the plan?
It's a working thing. I don't know. I just kind of I've been toying around with it. Every time we go through a little village, I've been saying that, and I've been getting good responses. And just so we can have a little review, like in the town, that I can pick up later and try to figure it out if we're doing good or not. If we can change it later on, it's fine. But
that's a bloody good time. I didn't remember any of that. That's
why I'm the business director of the group, so I figured that was my charge to do it. So
good on you. Good on you. All right. And I just start,
the way, is your goose allergic to snake venom? That's a very important question right now.
And while they're talking, my eyes are just saucer big. I'm kind of like drooling a little, and not once have I looked away from like locking eyes on that goose, like just straight eye contact. Being like,
Yeah.
The first questions first.
I've got 50 feet of rope with a grappling hook. I'm going to take that out and start swinging the end with the grappling hook, swinging a little bit and say,
Just hand over the goose. This doesn't have to go. This doesn't have to turn rough, if you know what I mean.
Imagine if there was a real plot intended for this party.
I'm familiar with your work. So, the crystal at the top of Apocalypse Ann's staff starts to smolder a little bit, and it is pulled back by the hook. And the pirate-looking thief steps forward and says, "Hi, Jaeger bombs. What was the name? I'm sorry.
Yag and Bag LLC.
Yag and Bag.
Mm-hmm.
My name is Lisbeth. Lisbeth Grund, professional thief. At your service."
I look at him like, yeah, of course you'd be a thief. Look at you. Trash, all of you.
I swear we're actually a really nice group of people.
I'm sure you are, Hollow One. So, I would like to leave here with my life. That feels like it's going to be a bit of a challenge, since that cloud giant has followed us here from his fortress. And at that moment, from the other side of the house, you hear the bell peal out as pieces of siding go flying off, and some of you are still on the balcony and see below you a second seal shatter off of a column.
Whoa, a second giant came by. That's such a coincidence, because the first one was scared after I talked about them. You said a storm cloud giant? Is that what you said?
Yes, sure. And we would be happy to contribute to your totally not a pyramid scheme for the end of the world. And she shinks some coins together in her purse. If you all would be so kind as to perhaps provide a distraction while we, get out of here.
Well, you say pyramid scheme, but we are working on 501c compliance.
Mm,
Just put that out there.
mm.
We're working on it.
Yeah, Sarge is also he's our front man tank and also our CPA.
I hear that really helps with the tax liabilities.
Oh, it does, absolutely.
How does one meet a cloud giant?
Well, see, Anne here teleported us up there.
It is a magic goose.
Was there a beanstalk involved?
There was the guy selling beans back at the tavern, but Anne had the spell slots to share. See, we are, as you can tell from this conversation, significantly higher level than you.
Is there any way I can just sneakily like cut this guy's Achilles tendon while he's speaking?
I mean, you can try. That would.
All right, so right before
Sprig, you see Cherry white knuckle around the hilt of her dagger. What are you doing?
all right, so right before Cherry cuts this guy, I'm going to activate my it's like this little trinket that makes a holographic moon, and it like projects it out like 5 feet. Smoky quartz disc.
What in the world?
Are we
Make sound effects too.
Summoning demons.
Illusions.
And so my smoky quartz disc projects this image of the moon, and like 5 feet out. So I'm just going to project the image of the moon right behind them, and go, oh my God, what is that?
Thank you. Appreciate the help.
Well-
Yeah, and then I'm gonna slink around and just give him a quick nick right to the back of the ankle.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
I just like the thing. Just, I swear we're nice people. What's that?
What am I rolling? A d20?
Wow.
You're going to roll a d20.
Yeah.
Lisbeth, surprisingly,
Where's the-
turns to look at the moon, as does Apocalypse Anne.
Yeah, that's totally a success. There's no way that wouldn't be. I mean, it's not.
9. Okay.
Yeah.
So, making me do this earlier than I anticipated.
You're welcome.
While they're doing that,
Mhm,
I
mhm.
did want to, like, as the distraction was being made, I wanted to grab 2 handfuls of flour out of my bag of flour that I carry, prepping
Okay.
it for when they turn back around.
Okay.
I want to launch it into their faces and create more of a distraction.
While they're doing all this, I'll get very, very close to Sarge, and just say, Sarge,
Yeah.
you know, I never take you seriously whenever you're like, I need to die.
Right.
But this might be your time. You could just take the blame for what they're doing, and I think they'll just wipe you out if you want that to happen. If you want, I think this is it.
I mean, you bring up a very interesting point, but there's also the fact that I kind of want to eat that goose, and they came here. Like, we didn't ask for any of this. They
Right,
showed up,
right,
they brought the
right,
giant.
right.
They
I
brought
see
the
that.
goose into our lives.
Mhm.
We didn't ask for this goose to appear here.
True, true. Yeah.
If I
Yeah.
didn't know any better, I would think that Sarge was only helping me get the goose because he has a death wish.
Well, you know, let's not put words in people's mouths, right?
Just goose.
Exactly. Thank you, Jerry.
And yeah, you know, counterpoint to the rest of the group, whoever's listening, if anyone is, you know, they have some money. We could use some money, and then they could also just leave, and then we can get whatever else is here for more money for the things we need money for, you know, making your
just get a
bakery.
magic goose.
We can get
That's gonna
enough
put
money
me
to
on
buy
the
a magic
map.
goose.
That's gonna put me on the map. Do you know how good of a meat pie that goose will make?
Oh my
Sarge.
pie.
Sarge, you gotta save our group, Sarge.
Well,
Pie.
there's the
pie.
fact that the goose is tripping, and it's gonna come down in 3 to 4 hours. We need to cook it before it comes down.
Exactly.
It will really affect the quality of the meat. If as long
Sarge
as the goose is
gets
still
it.
going up or peaking, we're good.
Yeah, I feel all of a sudden very sorry for Sprig. He seems like a very, very nice soul. That's it. I just feel sorry for him. Sorry, Sprig. You weren't supposed to hear that, but you're a great guy.
Yeah.
Wait,
So
what does that
you
mean?
try to stab the thief. You whiff. Unfortunately, Lisbeth turns around and swings at you with her hook. And yeah, that's a 21 to hit. Okay, you take 1 point of damage.
God. Okay.
How much HP does Cherry have to start?
5.
5. Oh, you're doing great. You're
Oh,
fine.
dang.
I am fabulous.
You get slashed in the face with a hook.
I laugh at her. I'm like, you think that's the first time that's happened to me, do you?
And she goes, stick around, and ducks as web comes shooting out of the hands of Apocalypse Ann.
I just start laughing, and I'm just like, oh, that was such a good pirate hello, Cherry. And they responded perfectly. It's just like we always see pirates do, in a very friendly manner that's not deadly and adversarial at all. Haha, it's so good that you know the ways of the pirate greetings, you two. It's so good to see people that know the old ways, yeah? Of the old country. So anyways, the money and then the troll stuff, we could do that, yeah. Cherry, and I take out a void sack. It's this, like, it looks very indescript from the outside, but inside it's kind of like a Doctor Who bag, where the inside is much larger, not like a bag of holding, but like it's kind of more just like hallucinogenic. No, I just put it on your head and you become it magically negates all external stimuli, but it has like a nice whooshing effect, and it's continuously playing the 432 hertz relaxation frequency. And there's like scents of lavender and stuff like that. It's my relaxation station. And I just start giving you a shoulder rub and start trying to calm you down. Yeah, we could make a distraction. Look at how distracting we are already.
I just start swaying, and I'm like totally here for it.
It's a fairly like sensory deprivation type experience because you are suspended in webs. This entire end of the hallway now is covered in magical, like thick rope spider webs, and they bounce down the other end of the hallway.
No.
So is the deal off or what?
No, we can't let the goose get away.
The pirate turns the corner back and sticks her head around and goes, "Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out. Fuck you!" And she runs away.
I take the sack off and say, "Never mind. Plans changed, Cherry. Get them."
So the webs, I'm assuming they're really sticky, right?
Yes, it is. It is very difficult to get through. It's a strength check to push your way through the webbing that's going on in here. This ain't your 5e web spell.
Can I take my spiked Chaos Star mace and just start slashing through it?
Yes,
to
it's
try
going
to
to
break
take
it up?
you. It's going to take you a little bit of time to work your way through. What's the rest of the squad doing? Is the hollow one carving their way through the web?
Is this a door over here, Ryan?
That is hallway. Allow me to show you.
I think as the little person, I'm just gonna sit there and wait for someone to pull me out.
You were watching as this, what is it? Chaos Morningstar?
It says mace.
Occasionally he's coming very
Chaos
near
Star.
you as he clears the way.
Wait, is it a type of web that seems like it'd be flammable? Just
She's stuck in it though. That's what I originally was gonna do.
Cherry, hold on, this might hurt.
I can pull them.
I just
maybe,
take a swig of alcohol and I'm like,
Well,
yeah, bring it on.
I'm gonna try to cut them out of it, is what I meant, and then see if I can the rest of it so it doesn't hinder our movement. Does it look less
Sprig, you see-
flammable than the hallway we're in?
Does it look less flammable than the hallway you're in? Or
Yeah.
more flammable?
The web.
No,
Yeah.
You know what? You know what? Roll intelligence.
Oh no.
All right.
How's your intelligence? Ooh, pretty bad.
What is my intelligence? That's great. What? Look at this. Easiest roll of my life. Yeah, look at that.
Whoa.
Under a 6.
I did it.
did it.
Possibly go wrong.
You did it.
It was so far from what I had to roll a 6. Yeah.
Kevin doesn't. It's roll under, sir.
Yeah, I know.
So
Yeah.
you squeaked. Okay, cool. Kevin don't know much, but he knows that spider webs are good for burning.
So yeah, I'm trying to hack Cherry out first so we don't burn them, and then we'll try to do the rest.
Smart. Sprig, you do see 3 doors in that hallway.
I'm gonna go through this one.
Without the party?
Okay.
Bold.
Did my scene Sprig?
He's the best of us. He's
Yeah, Sarge, you
probably
can do
fine.
Sprig, you going up or I'm sorry, man. You going up or down?
Up.
Up.
This way.
Okay. Cool. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Ooh.
You are looking at a fairly ornate room filled with stuff. Stuff in glass cases around the outsides of the wall. You see. Hold, please. A quick scan of the room. It seems to be a lot of mummified body parts.
Yes. Well preserved, I hope. It's like curing.
There's pretty prominently displayed, like, just it kind of calls attention to itself by being isolated by itself. There's a mummified hand with tattooed rings on it. And there is a mummified head with a big old smile. And perhaps the most prominent feature in this room is the gigantic black sarcophagus in the middle.
Nice.
Hey,
I
Sarge, what are you up to?
want to pick up the hand and investigate it.
Sure.
We're all just trying to save each other. Sprig, the one nicest person in the group, just walks into a mummified room and just touches things. Jesus Christ.
No risk, no reward.
Sprig, give me, I'm going to say intelligence.
All right.
And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give you a +1 as a magic user, just cuz.
Ooh.
So you're trying to get 14 or under on a D20.
Those are pity points. Enjoy them.
Boom.
Boom.
Hey.
7.
I am many things, but as a dungeon master, not bringing a lot of pity to the table. 7's pretty good. This is the hand of Yid. This is a pretty dope artifact. Like, in the right hands, this will be worth like 2,000 gold pieces.
Nice.
Ooh.
And with a 7, you
Your
feel
right
like
mouth, it'll be worth more.
if you had a dope magic ring, it feels like this would be just like it just wants a ring on it.
Well, now I'm looking for a ring. While everybody else is doing their thing.
Put a ring on it. Okay, what?
Yeah.
I know that was in my head.
How much does Sprig like it? And will he, in fact, put a ring on it?
Well,
Is it ring material?
If he likes it, he should.
I mean, I can't speak to Sprig's, preferences, but this is a mummified hand.
I just like to think from the sarcophagus, you just hear the voice, Do you like it? Put a ring on it now.
Sarge, what's up? What you got, Jim?
Well, I was helping Kevin. But
Oh, okay.
see, he's doing great, and I'm wondering where Sprig went off to. Is this the only other hallway I can see?
Yeah, and I feel like you're aware that Sprig kind of like wandered off in that direction.
So I think I'll probably go down this way looking for Sprig, and then open the first door I see, which would be this one.
Oh no. Now we're really spreading out.
I'm like, Sprig?
Sprig, where'd you go? Is it dangerous where you are? I want to be there.
This is what you do in a haunted house. Split up.
Does this room look dangerous?
Yeah, I'll look over at Snipe while trying to get Cherry free and just like, oh, we're doing the plan. Yeah, Snipe, you need to go downstairs into a random room. I'm gonna get naked and take a shower somewhere, screaming someone's name. I don't know. I'll figure something out. Cherry, you're good by yourself. You can get the rest of this.
You got my drinking arm free. I think I'm fine.
Cool. I'm gonna leave too.
Perfect.
Hey, kids at home, this is why you have a session 0.
When left to their own devices, this is what adventurers do.
No, I'm here for nudity. We're just gonna have to change the rating on the YouTube settings, but that's cool.
It's just me making fun of horror films. I'm not actually. I have way too much armor to don off. You know, I'm not
like
showing my
20-minute
luscious
project.
locks.
Sarge, you're a little disappointed. You like open this room and you're expecting like this like macabre museum of like mummified body parts or something like that in this like spooky haunted house. And you open this door and you're in this like fairly well appointed dressing room. There is a full length mirror like standing like freestanding perfectly under the lighting of the candles, and the candles light and flicker when you walk into this room.
Does it feel like I'm in imminent danger?
It's a little spooky.
A little.
It's a
not
little
really.
spooky, and you see that the candles are like moving around as if there's wind, and it's like perfectly still where you are.
So I think Sarge is just about to leave. Then he starts to see the candles moving, draws his sword, and says, "Now we're talking." And I'll go inside the room.
Hey guys, I think I found something dangerous. Everybody come look at this.
Snipe, I think I heard him. Let's go check it out.
Oh man.
Or you can. That's right. We're sticking to the plan. You should probably not follow me.
Snipe, what are you up to?
It is so hard for me because I want with every fiber of my being that goose. I want to know.
Yeah, we just went really ADHD and we're like, what? Really?
Yeah, see, that's what Snipe, normally very ADHD, on drugs, laser focused. So I kind of want to continue. I have my little Fey sword. I want to see how quickly I can slice through web because I'm just like a puddle of drool. Like my apron is wet with salivation because all I can think of is magic goose because nothing since I've left the Fey kitchens has tasted anywhere as good as magic animals and magical ingredients along those lines. The candy's really good. It gets me close, but I have a feeling that goose is the key to my happiness and my future success as a magical pastry artist.
It's good to know what you want.
Goals.
It's what I want more than anything.
All right. Snipe and the Hollow One successfully cut their way through the webbing at first enough to free up Cherry. And pretty soon they'll be through to go further down that hallway in pursuit of this presumably delicious goose.
Undoubtedly delicious. I don't need to presume anything. I know.
Cherry, you fall to the floor. This sensory deprivation bag falls from your head. The binaural beats cease. What do you do?
I look at the bag and then I look at the party still working. They're still working their way out of the web, right?
Yes, they're still making progress forward. You could help them and go that way, or you just see Sarge behind you.
Yeah.
On the other side, saying, "Sprig, are you in here?" And he opens a door and disappears down into a doorway.
Okay. I kind of look up at the Hollow and Snipe, and then I'm like, you look like you got this under control. And I'm just gonna take a swig and like saunter off toward Sarge and Sprig. Probably follow Sarge into the next room.
Okay. You see Sarge staring intently at some candles that are being slightly spooky in a dressing room with several wardrobes and a giant, like, full-length freestanding mirror.
I'm gonna watch from the doorway to see what attacks him.
Cherry, it's good you're here. If I die, I need you to write down the time of death. That's important for the paperwork, okay?
Yeah, mate. Sure.
Okay.
I can definitely tell time.
God, I appreciate you. Thank you. You're a good teammate.
Yes, I am. I'm just gonna sit there and drink more wine.
Okay, Sprig.
I don't suppose I found a ring while I was exploring the room.
You do not find a ring in this room. You do find, I will say, with a dungeon turn of searching, there is that giant black sarcophagus, and the other thing that catches your eye is this mummified head. It has a very disturbing smile, and at first you think it's because all of the teeth are this like black ebony, and that's certainly a part of it, but the other part of it is that there's like entirely too many teeth in this shriveled up, shrunken, mummified head.
Hello there, head.
It does not respond to you, but I'll give you another intelligence check.
Do you know it didn't respond to you?
I have not eaten any candy, so I don't think.
Sprig is the only clear-headed one among you.
6.
You're crushing it. This is the head of the third Ortrock.
That sounds awesome. I'm taking
It
your
is
head
worth
with me.
4,000 gold pieces, if whole. If you rip a tooth from this head and throw it, it spawns a foot-long black scorpion that will serve you at least for some time.
Wow, he's like the only useful member of our party.
He's rich.
All right. So I tuck the hand in my backpack. I tuck the head under my arm. And is this a door right here?
That is a door up there.
All right,
Yes.
I'm going through the door, and I'm going to start throwing scorpions as soon as I find those fuckers with the goose.
And then we can also eat those scorpions, because I bet they're also interesting.
Oh,
We can put them in some of Cherry's wine and kind of do it like a shot, depending on how big
Oh,
they
we
I
are.
are
love this.
truly splitting up. We are Scooby-Dooing this thing.
Yeah.
Stephanie, have you watched Delicious in Dungeon?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I'm totally
So
getting
good.
the vibe.
Yeah. It also helps that I did go to pastry arts school internship stuff.
Excellent.
I'm ready to eat things, magical
You're made
things.
for this.
Okay, you open this door into this like grand gallery. The wall opposite you is all glass. These small, like leaded glass diamond panes, just a ton of them down the whole, basically back half of the house, almost. And if you just make out to your right without getting too far into the room, there are big paintings on the wall that you just opened the door from, and a grand fireplace, which right now seems dark and cold.
All right. Well, so in this grand hallway, I'm going to stay as close to the wall as I can because I think that big wall of glass is a perfect place to get squished by a giant. And I'm going to reach into my pocket where I have a deck of exotic cards, and I draw one, concentrating as if my card deck is going to predict the direction I need to go to find this goose.
Roll a d6. That was a 20. Give me. Well, yeah, I'll give you another at bat. I'm not gonna.
Wasn't it a 2?
On a d20 though. Give me a d6.
D6. Sorry.
Give me it's okay. So the 2 would not serve you well. The 4 is not going to do much either. Reply hazy. Inquire again. Sorry.
Yeah. So I'm in the room, standing mirror, candles flying around, right?
Candles, just like flickering to an unfelt wind up in that chandelier above you. Giant mirror, big ass wardrobes. There's a set of doors, or there's a door going to what we'll call the west, and there's a door going to the south out onto the balcony.
Okay, we're gonna bring that chandelier down. I'm gonna attack the chandelier.
Okay, cool. How do you do that? It is hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, I have a crossbow.
Okay.
So I will take out my crossbow and shoot at it. Do I need to roll a 20-sided die to do that?
Yeah, I feel like eventually you get it, but let's see. Let's examine the success rate of your first shot.
That's pretty good, right? 17.
You snipe just where the chain hits the plaster up on the ceiling. Boom. Precision that comes with military training. The chandelier drops a little bit, creaking back and forth, and then completely falls, shattering the mirror below it.
And as soon as
I'm going to give you a
falls,
polite little golf clap in appreciation.
Well, as soon as it falls, I go, damn it, because I realized I was standing a foot to the left. And a foot to the right, I would have been under it. But does it still seem like magical? Is stuff flickering in here, or did that do it?
The candles went out in the process. As you're examining it, though, you see that that mirror was worth quite a lot of gold. But now it's smashed.
Sounds about right.
Well, if seems like the danger in this room has been quashed, and I will make my way out to go back down to the next room to hunt for danger. Come, Cherry. Danger's afoot.
I will say, as you go out into the hallway, if you look across the way, the hallway is just kind of on fire a bit on the other side. And I'm just looking at Snipe, and I'm just like, yeah, we'll give it a few minutes to die down. We'll see if there's another way to, go. And then we'll come back, and then it'll be like completely open to just go through, probably. I don't know. Hopefully it dies down. Anyways, and I just start walking towards where I know the other group went.
Okay, over there, everything good?
Oh, it's fine. There was a lot of webs. It was the fastest way to get rid of it. So, yeah, we're just letting it die down because that's how fires work. and then we're going to come back and see if it's open. But otherwise, there might be a different way to go, get around the people with the goose and stuff like that. And also, did you find any treasure over there?
No. There was some danger, but I took care of it.
Oh, nice. All right, and you didn't want it to be your last danger.
Not.
It wasn't good enough.
I don't know what happened.
Okay. Well, have you seen Sprig?
No. Oh yeah, I was looking for Sprig. Thanks for reminding me. That's what I was doing. I was looking for Sprig.
By the way, has the troll broken into the house down below yet? Because you were saying they were still smashing into the side, right?
Mm-hmm. He is. You keep saying troll, which is a big thing.
Or
The thing that's
giant.
smashing the
Sorry,
house is
giant.
no, it's cool, man. But the I just want you to know that the thing smashing the house is quite a bit bigger than a troll.
Yeah.
And in fact, like would have to crouch to see into the second story. Right now, nobody has eyes on the giant. You fairly recently heard it smash into the house again. So presumably it's still around, but from where you are, you don't see it out of like the south windows.
Okay.
Cherry.
I'm gonna go explore the room that Sarge just left and see what he didn't look at.
Okay. You've got some wardrobes, and you have a bunch of shards of mirror.
Nothing good in the wardrobes.
There are. It takes a minute to find one that isn't locked, and you could take some time to like try to pick a lock. But you find these very out of date but fancy pants. There's a lot of. It's very smoking jacket heavy. This attire, but there's some very like nice crushed velvet, just like a bunch of fine clothes.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take that velvet jacket for sure.
Cool.
Wear that. Yep.
You got 50 gold worth of fine clothing, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna give you. You check yourself out in one of the bigger shards of the mirror,
Yeah.
and there is a reflection of what is clearly not you, unless you just became quite a bit taller and a man and had a great big black beard.
Well, you know, depends on the day.
And he is wearing this like burgundy with like little emerald detail smoking jacket that you are currently looking at.
I look at him in the mirror as if I'm looking at myself. I'm like, ah, you're a handsome chap, eh?
Thanks. As I walk by the door.
All right. Halloween, you're in the mix.
I was
You guys are-
talking
you
to
guys are now-
Sarge trying
you're-
to find where Sprig was.
Okay, you're officially through. So Snipe, you are able to get through if you want to, or you can join
Yes.
some of the others.
If I
The webs have been cleared.
Okay. I again am dead set on this goose. I want to try to get down here and go where, because they went up, right? That's where we saw them go, or
You didn't with the webbing in place.
okay, I did not see them. I guess up.
For whatever reason, I assumed up too. So I'm with
Yeah.
you, Stephanie.
It felt right. It's a vibe.
I thought I was heading them off at the pass. That's why I went this way.
Yeah, that's what my brain just said up.
Well, you get there, and there's more up than down. So
Oh, shoot.
just playing the odds. There are 4 doors to your left. There's only 2 doors to your right.
Sorry, repeat that. My brain is bad. 4 to my
It's 4 up.
okay.
Right, which you should see on the map. There's four doors depicted on the longer edge of the hallway, and there's 2 to your.
My
Go
brain says
down.
they're trying to get away from us. So I think they would have went in that one, and that is where I want to start my search for them.
Cool. You open that door just as a church bell rings out with righteous, holy, what's more than but trinaural beats.
It's instead of 432 hertz. It's
And
just
the
the
hollow
brown
one-
note. Just
I hate the brown note.
It's well, yeah. It's you hear the ringing of church bells and the farting of a giant in a bathrobe. The hollow one, you are closest to that main entrance, and you hear a third shattering of one of those sigils. Snipe, you're in this like barely fancy pants grand stairwell. You can go up or you can go down from here.
I think down.
Awesome.
Also, like at every stop, I'm kind of like sniffing the air to see if I'm getting warmer or colder. I like to think that I know the scent of the drugged candy and that maybe my sense of smell is so great because of the Epicurean I am that maybe, like a scent hound, I can find this goose.
For no reason other than that you are new to us, I am going to imply the rule of cool and allow you to make a wisdom check. You are, what are you rock? You're rocking a 10. You want a 10 or under. I'm going to subtract one.
Fair.
You are high as fuck trying to sniff out a goose based on the candy that you are currently eating. So you got to get a 9 or below.
Okay, let's see. Okay. Oops. Why is this not working? No. 1 second. I had this problem before. Okay. I think I got it. No. Oh, no.
The choose what color die thing looks a lot like the roll the die thing.
It just wasn't letting, oh no, the opposite of what I want.
When a nat 20 is not a good thing.
No, and I never get nat 20.
All right, you head down
I
there.
wasted one.
Welcome to the party.
You are, in fact, allergic to snake venom. By the way, just for flavor, when that crash happens, just for flavor for its cheesy horror film, I yell out, "Sprig, was that you?"
Interestingly enough, Sprig, you see through these diamond panes the form of a giant turning this corner.
Oh gosh.
What do you do?
Yeah, is that it?
As he walks over to 12 o'clock and is turning to peer inside this house.
Well, crap. I wanted to go down that direction, but instead I'm just going to slip into this doorway to this behind me.
All right. You exit stage left. Discretion being the better part of valor. And you see a grand stairwell going up and down. Not quite as grand as the entrance hall. This is a little more utilitarian, but stairs going up, stairs going down, and kind of like crouched, cowering, kneeling in a little squat position. Only one hand over his head is this. He's not elderly, but this older human knight in armor, kind of leaning on a broken sword. He goes, "Hello there. Is that that giant still about? It seems."
Oh, hello there. Yes. Who are you?
Helmet half sword at your service.
Oh, excellent. You're a knight, I presume, with the shiny armor?
Well, knight's going. I'm what you call a fighting man.
Oh,
It's
even better.
all the skills, but none of the code of conduct.
Oh, sounds excellent. Do you want to fight the giant?
Oh no, not at all. Plenty of room under the stairs, though, if you'd like to hide with me.
What if I gave you a magic lantern that would distract the giant so you could slay it and be a hero?
Well, what if I hold the lantern and you slay the giant?
You're the fighting man. Fighting is in your title. I believe in you, sir.
You do have a point, but I'm not. I'm what we call risk averse.
Oh, yes. And where I'm from, we call that a coward.
I've been called worse, but also that many
Okay.
times.
All right. You know what? There's some charlatans around here with a goose. You should find them.
I was with them. Yes, I am familiar. I came here with Lisbeth and Anne. Yes, they are quite the team, quite the pair.
Yeah. Well, they paid us a grand sum of money to not tell you where they were. I believe they're gonna take the goose and abscond with it, and leave you here because you're a coward. That's what they said.
Cut to Kevin talking to Sarge, just like, I hope Sprig's okay. He's such a good-hearted, honest fella. I don't know what he's gonna do by himself out there.
Just a pure heart.
That does sound like Anne.
Don't you know?
She's probably gonna die for those golden eggs, and I want fame and fortune, but also value my life. So I'm just gonna hang out here till everything kind of blows over, and then I don't know, maybe loot this place.
Of course you will. I poke my head out this door to see if the giant is still lurking out here.
The giant is peering intently through the windows at 12 o'clock. They kind of leaned over the balcony a bit, shielding his eyes from the sun to peer inside this long gallery space.
You should totally tell the giant where this guy is.
I don't know why that got me so much. It's like the most harrowing thing you could hear. It's like, sure you will. Knife unsheathes silently.
Sarge.
So I was trying to look for Sprig, so I'm gonna walk down here, and then I'm gonna roll at my desk to see if I get distracted by this closed door. 1 to 3 I.m. No, I'm not. I'm focused. I'm on task. I'm gonna go into this room looking for Sprig.
You passed up a door. He might be behind here. I'll open it.
All right, the hollow one's going to go in here. You enter this museum type space, Sarge. There is a rather conspicuous pair of empty glass cases. And there is a huge, shiny, black ebony sarcophagus in the middle of that. Point of order, Sprig. Are you the kind of character who would close doors behind you?
No, I was hoping my friends would follow me. I, in my mind, I was trying to head off the goose thieves, and so I was expecting them to be going, in pursuit, and I was going to meet them around. So, I was in quite a hurry until I saw like really cool, necrotic magic items.
As it goes. So Sarge, that door across from you is, in fact, open.
Gotcha. Well, this sarcophagus looks dangerous, so I'm gonna stab it with my sword.
Sick. I love that for you.
If you liked it, oh God!
Why is there a song in my head in this room?
You smash your sword into the lid of this sarcophagus, which you can see now. There are several wax rings, as if tall black or large black candles had been melted on top of this, perhaps in some sort of ceremony. Let's do one thing here. Yes, absolutely. The fourth seal downstairs shatters, and the lid of this sarcophagus starts to rattle.
Danger! Everyone, danger!
Do I hear that?
You hear danger, and yeah, actually, Cherry, you are next in the order.
All right, I'm gonna run toward him, but make sure to stop at the doorway once again, just because I know how he is.
Okay, you are in the hallway. The hollow one is opening the door into a fairly nice, if not very dusty-looking bedroom.
You know what's going on here?
I was looking for Sprig. He's not. It doesn't look like they're in there. I check under the bed real fast. No, it doesn't look like they're in there. It must be where Sarge went. And I'm pointing behind me, and I turn around.
Sarge, what are you doing?
Danger! Fly, you fools! Danger's afoot!
Do we see the sarcophagus shaking?
Well, interesting. So, Halloween, you have opened the door into this bedroom. You see the empty, like four-polstered bed, the cold fireplace, this desk covered in paperwork, pens, inkwell. There's a pretty nice-looking carpet on the floor, a little like area rug. You hear this ringing out of steel on stone sound that you now are fairly familiar with, the smashing of one of those sigils. And there's this like strange beat where all of a sudden the fire in that fireplace alights. And out of the corner of your eye, that empty bed doesn't seem to be empty anymore, as if there was a figure under the blankets.
Oh.
And behind you, Sarge is yelling, "Fly, you fools!"
Yeah, I get it, Sarge. Hold on a sec. I think I might have found Sprig. Sprig, hey, buddy, it's not time for a nap. As I start walking over.
As you start to move in that direction, I'm gonna tug on you and be like, no, mate, I don't. Not today. We're not gonna do that.
What? Go into the room?
Yeah, that's not. I'm 90% sure that that's not our friend. So we're just gonna maybe just turn and watch the show. I hold up my sack of booze. Just sit here a minute and take it all in.
Okay,
There's a straw sticking out of the top of the sack of booze.
I'll be. Yeah, you're so worried about everything. I feel like you're just kind of paranoid. I just take one of my candies, and I'm just like, fine, I'll do it from here, and I'll huck it at the figure in the bed, and I'll just be like, Sprig, wake up! It's time to go. Sarge might die, and also the goose is nowhere in this vicinity, so we gotta figure out where that is. And also, Snipe is somewhere. Don't know. I think we're doing the plan. We are supposed to split up, but I just wanted to make sure you're all right before we do.
The piece of taffy bounces off the bed. There is this like puff of dust when it does.
Oh my god, I killed Sprig.
But yeah, no reaction, no action.
Yeah, mate, I think that maybe we should, I don't know, walk down another hallway.
Yeah, I Sprig is either super tired or I just killed him. Sarge wants this to happen, right? Sarge, you want to die? You want to be solo right now?
I want it. Anybody got a 20 on that goose?
Sarge, can you just maybe leave that room now?
I can't really die until I know we've got the goose situation sorted. It's kind of important
it's
to
not
me.
sorted, Sarge. You gotta come with us.
But there's also the sarcophagus in here. I really think you guys should come in here and check this out.
Yeah, I thought
Pretty
you just said danger and wanted us to run away.
Wait. Is there treasure in the
danger means
sarcophagus?
What?
Is there treasure in the sarcophagus?
Maybe.
That's good enough for me.
So I just get
As
like
director
flustered
of
and
business.
I'm gonna march into the room as you say this and just try to flip the lid off this sarcophagus. Like, let's just get this party started then.
Strength.
All right, it's a 10. I got 10.
I'll yell out down the hallway. I don't know where Snipe is, but I'm just like, hey, Snipe, we found a sarcophagus. It might have something that we can cook inside. I don't know.
Ah, shit.
18. This is very heavy. This is black stone. And you are like, I got this. And like, nope. You feel a little like tweak in your back. You're not sure if anything happened or not. But it is quite heavy. But it is rattling around.
I'm gonna look at Sarge and be like,
vibrating.
a little help here. I'm half your size. The least you could do is give me a hand.
Snipe, you descend the stairs into this fairly austere room. It is not decorated compared to all of the lavish furnishings and carpets and sconces. This feels very bare bones. There's a long table with 8 seats. There is a deck of cards sitting on the table, but as you descend the stairs and hear this like cacophony of racket go off behind you, upstairs, downstairs, all over the house, there's a giant who is all of a sudden a little bit louder, presumably a lot closer to you than it was a few moments ago, and you watch as these cards kind of like levitate off the table and start shuffling, and one of the seats closest to you, one of the chairs, gets pushed out.
I absolutely go sit down, and I don't even wait for the cards to do something before I just assume they're going to tell my fortune because it feels like it. I'm just going to be like, please tell me if I get the goose. Please tell me if I get the goose. Mm-hmm. Again, very, very high.
There is this knocking sound on the table.
Hello.
And you feel a tug on your coin purse.
Huh?
That's not a euphemism.
Hey now.
Oh my. I am not someone who likes to part with my coin, but I feel like this is the key. This is meant to be. So I pull out several coins and put them on the table, hoping that that is what this force wants from me.
This little glass, like crystalline vial, appears beside your wager. How much did you put down?
Let's see. I don't know how much I would have.
Says you have 12 gold pieces in a bag.
Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, I'm like, I thought I saw it earlier. I probably put down like four gold pieces.
Jesus.
All right, This is wild.
A ghostly image of a box with spinning apples and coins and sevens appear in front of you.
I'm just waiting for a goose to appear in front of you.
You are dealt a 2, and then a card is put face down at the opposite side of the table, and then you get another 2. And the 3 is put face up. And just because Stephanie isn't sitting where Snipe is sitting, I have to ask Stephanie, you know how to play blackjack?
Yes.
Okay.
That's the one you go to 21, right?
That is also, yes, also known as 21.
Okay.
You have a 4.
I have a 4. So I'm assuming I ask this force to hit.
You get a king.
Ooh.
I don't know how much that's worth. I actually don't
That
gamble.
depends.
Okay. So I have 14.
You're sitting on
right now?
14. They're showing a 3. I'll allow metagaming because all of a sudden we're playing blackjack instead of D&D.
I don't know how to play blackjack. I'm the worst person to have this. I just know 21's important.
Sprig knows how to play blackjack. So, yeah. I don't know.
So
It's actually a tricky one with a 3 showing.
yeah,
Because does the 3 count towards mine?
the 3
No,
is
so
the dealers.
The
Okay.
dealer there's an upside down card. The dealer has 2 cards. You can only see one of them so far, and it's a 3.
So likely the highest they have is a 13.
So I'm gonna channel my inner Sprig. What would Sprig tell me to do?
Kid or stick?
Sprig, what would you tell me to do?
I say stick and let them bust.
Okay, I channel my Sprig. I'm gonna play it cool, play it cash. I'm gonna not hit, hold, stick, whatever.
You stay with 14.
Uh-huh.
The card on the table flips over. It's a queen. An 8 falls down beside it.
Ah.
Oh no!
And the little vial and your pile of money disappear.
I'm crestfallen.
What do you do?
I immediately start running into the next room.
Okay.
This is too much emotional trauma.
It is. I just want that goose. I thought this was gonna help me get my goose. Nobody wants me to have happiness.
Traumatized, you run to your safe space, the kitchen.
You know about kitchens.
All right.
We all cook. down
Spring.
here.
Much more than blackjack.
I love this module. Sprig.
All right, so I'm still peeking out this door. Is the giant still lurking through those windows?
The giant has not moved.
Okay.
It is looking through that wall of glass, and he's kind of like sniffling a little bit. He's like angry crying, and every so often he mumbles Mildred.
All right. So if I don't think he's do I think I can sneak back in to this room with Sarge and get back to the group?
It would be quite risky. It is not a guaranteed thing. I'm going to put your odds at I'm going to say 50-50.
Okay. Then I'm going to reach into my pocket and grab a coin. Preferably, I guess all I have is gold. Oh well. And I'm just gonna toss a gold coin from this door to that door, so it lands in the room. Because I could hear Sarge yelling back, so I kind of have an idea that he's somewhere in there.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna toss a coin into that room, and then I'm gonna head up these stairs.
Okay. All right.
Because from these stairs, I can see down into the room below, right?
Yes.
The room I just left, I can see that room as I'm coming up these stairs, right?
For a stretch, there's a point where you'll be on the 3rd floor, but you can be on the stairs between the 2 floors. Seeing the 2nd floor, and I'm not gonna shrink up I'm gonna give you a peek. We're real spread out, gang.
Mm-hmm.
You can just describe the room to me. It's fine.
Sprig is up here. It actually goes up. You're in this like little freestanding tower. There's a door out onto the roof, which is closed, thankfully, because you are approaching the eye level of the giant when standing upright. And there's another further set of stairs heading up further still. To what you would have seen from the outside is the top of this one spire. There are 2 towers on the back of this house that go up to 4 floors. And you are most of the way up to the west tower.
All right. Okay. Once I'm up here, I'm gonna crack that door.
Okay.
I don't want to open it. I just want it like loose.
You are looking at the back, like top of the giant's kind of frizzy bedhead.
Okay. All right. So I crack that door, and then I'm not super loud. I just like oh, and I drop to the floor and like kind of bang my fist to make it like I just got knocked out. And then I'm gonna cast my ventriloquism spell and use the voice of what's her name, the Lisbeth. And
Elizabeth is Hookhand, and Anne is the wizard.
And I use the voice of Lisbeth to call out down the stairs for the fighting man.
Wow. Okay. Roll charisma. There is no deception versus persuasion here, which is good because I don't know which would apply more for Melvin. I'm going to give you the roof line now that you've opened that door.
Diabolical.
6.
6.
My charisma is a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you got him. Helmet, you hear him like kind of grumbling to himself a bit as like his armor clanks as he stands up, a la the Tin Man almost. He's like, how did she get up there? And he starts following you up these stairs.
All right. And as soon as he gets, like, I'm laying there like I'm like dead. And as soon as he gets in front of that door that I propped open, I'm just going to give him a swift kick.
I love it. Give me strength. Give me
Sarge,
strength.
we gotta find our sweet baby boy, Sarge. We gotta find him.
It's just poor and defenseless.
There is no
out there.
advantage in the system, but I'm giving it to you. What is your? Oh, okay. You got a 10.
All right.
What is your? What are you sitting on?
And a 2.
2.
Nice.
All right. I don't know what your strength is, but it is better than 2.
It's a 9.
It can't be much better than 2. You're a magic user, right? You can't be better than that. You kick Helmet Half Sword out onto this roof line, Bonebreaker Tom looks up, and you can see your ground level looking out this. Actually, no, blown wide open now door. As Helmet does a whoop, 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 trying not to fall off the roof line, and he gets grabbed by this giant. And what's Helmet working with? You see him go, and he gets crushed single-handedly in the bare hand of the giant that isn't holding this church bell. And he shakes and then smashes this dead fighter on the roof, presumably looking for the goose. He, in frustration, smashes the knight with the bell. So now the knight is flat, and he goes marching off. Where's everybody?
So under Sprig's breath, he says, "One down, two to go."
Oh my god! Oh my god, Sprig!
Secret assassin.
Yeah.
Sweet baby Sprig.
Sarge.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to look out at Kevin and Cherry in the hallway and go, "Hey, check this out. This is going to be cool." Then I'm going to grab the nearest wardrobe, pull it over here, then grab a smaller wardrobe, set that on top of that wardrobe. Then I'm going to take my rope and my grappling hook, and I'm going to hook the grappling hook under the lid, then run the rope over the top of the two wardrobes and pull down so I can get some leverage and try to pull down on it and use the leverage to lift the lid off.
Dual pulleys.
Give me a fulcrum and a lever big enough, and I shall move the world. Strength check.
Okay.
Sprig, you gotta get out of that sarcophagus, buddy.
That is an 8.
An 8. With a pretty substantial assist from the Death Knight inside the sarcophagus, the lid comes flying off of this thing, shatters. 500 pounds of stone shatter, damaging the pretty nice tile, if I'm going to be honest. And sitting upright is this. You can tell it's a skeleton because you can see several vertebrae in the neck, but otherwise it's fairly hard to tell because of the vicious-looking armor with the pair of horns that are above it. This guy's going on the map because
Ooh.
he's a
So
problem.
as he appears, I hold up my sword toward him.
Oh.
No, I'm going to shrink him down.
I hold up my sword toward him and I say, I came here to do 2 things. Let's die and chew some bubble gum. And I've got 2 pieces of bubble gum left, and I'm going to chew one of them after I kill you. And I'll attack if I can.
Sure, yeah. Make a melee attack roll, or what kind of attack?
I guess with the sword, with the 2-handed sword.
Roll me a d20.
That is probably not.
You miss. It reaches out to you and points a single gauntleted, bony finger at you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask you to save against I'm going to call this Doom, which is your D up there, the first one.
Okay, that's a 12. Save versus death, huh? All right.
Roll over or equal on a save.
12 or higher. Let's go.
You want to roll good.
That's a 3.
Oh.
3. This seemingly out of nowhere, all of a sudden, like materializing and forming around you, is this lattice work of bones. Vroom, 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 vroom. And at the end of a brief instant where there's nothing but bones flying at you and stopping inches from your face and the rest of you, you are within this cage of bones.
Mm-hmm.
And it is slowly starting to extricate itself from this stone sarcophagus. Cherry.
Looking at this cage of bone, does it look like I could break the bone and get him out? Or
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try to attack the cage and free my friend.
Cool. I would say it's easy to hit. Give me just a damage roll.
Okay.
Or what are you hitting it with? What is Cherry working with?
I was gonna whip out a cutlass because piracy.
Yeah.
But I don't see my attack, like my damage stats.
Give me a D6 for
Okay.
short sword.
Got it. D6 coming at you. All right.
Woo! You cut a hole through this thing. I'm going to say where you are in relationship to Sarge. Sarge, you are still like in a glass case of emotion, but the one side has been blown out of it.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cut it open and be like, Sarge, it's not your time. Let's go.
I still have bubble gum.
And the hollow eyes of the helmet of the Death Knight turn and look at your sack of booze.
Awesome. Do I get movement after an attack?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna just leave the room.
Yeah, wise, smart. All right. Hollow one. You thought you had dope, crazy armor, and yours is probably crazier, but his may be doper. What are you doing?
Yeah, I just look at Sarge and I just say, yeah, zoinks, Sarge. Ghost. I don't know. As I'm gonna run. And I'm also just like,
going?
you want to solo this one or you want help? Is this your time? I don't know. I don't want to impede,
I don't know. I'm just going with it.
I'll ref out here. How about that? And then I'll see how it's going. And
Sure. That's good.
So yeah, I'm just trying to run this way and see what I see and if this door is open as well. Peek my head through. And the whole time I'll just be like, Sprig, it might be time for Sarge to leave us. If you want to say bye, now's your chance.
All right, so Cherry and the Hollow One, you are in this grand hall, the whole back of this manor house, looking out onto the fields and then the forest beyond, through these diamond-paned glass windows. Huge murals line the wall. There is a fire roaring in that fireplace, and a single gold coin on the floor, and that door is open, and Sprig, you can indeed hear them yelling at you because you are maybe 20 feet away. You're a trig problem away.
All right. So did Helmet drop his sword before he got snagged by the giant?
No, but it's out there on the roof. There is a puddle inside a depression of what was once Helmet Half-Sword, and presumably all of his belongings in whatever shape they may be.
All right, and the giant ran off the other way, right?
The giant lumbered off. It's a slow moving creature.
There are no weapon proficiencies in this, so if can I use a sword?
Yeah, you want to get any bonus to it, and you're using your strength modifier, which would be maybe negative. What are you?
Oh, gotcha.
No, that's a 0.
Yeah. All
But
right.
yeah, you could use a sword.
I'm just gonna reach out and grab his sword. because I'm assuming the other two will recognize it. And then I'm going to head down the stairs.
Cool. Sprig. We'll zoom back in now that we're all on the same 2 floors.
And for my
Gonna
reaction,
boost.
I'll cast Dimension Door to go 500 feet that way. No, I'm just.
I'm sorry, Snipe. I said Sprig. I meant Snipe. You are in.
Oh, me. Yes.
You are in the kitchen. Let's talk about kitchens.
Yes. Let's talk.
Um,
Let's talk about kitchens.
there is cupboards lining the walls. A very large table with a couple benches, dead center. A roaring fire in the fireplace.
Ooh.
And it seems as if a bubbling cauldron is sitting there within that fire.
If I go and like smell the cauldron, like what does it smell like? What stuff is bubbling? What does it look like?
It's soup. It seems like a fairly decent soup. You know, you probably in the Fey kitchens would have spent more time caramelizing the onions before adding the rest of the vegetables, but like, yeah, it seems like it's organic beef stock. It seems pretty decent. I'm just like highlighting the doors for you in case it's not evident.
Oh, perfect.
Bunch of doors out of here as well.
Okay, basic soup. Can I rifle through their cupboards and see if I want to see if they have either magic books down here that might be useful for my future baking enterprise and or interesting ingredients.
There are a bunch of fairly rotten looking ingredients in one set of cabinets. You find quite a bit of ceramic plates, cups, saucers, these delicate little teacups. You do not find any magical books. There's some mundane cooking books. It's all very out of date, pedestrian, at least in your eyes. But you do find 200 gold pieces worth of fine silver.
Well, that makes up for the 4 gold pieces I lost in a game.
Sorry
go
about
all
that.
in. Go all in. Go all in. Go back. Go all in.
I do think about it for a second. But I want to continue. I was very much hoping that the occultists dabbled in cooking magic. It is obscure. I know it's obscure. It's mostly a Fae thing, but I couldn't help but hope. Are either of these doors, do they look like anyone's been through them? Like, are there like handprints like in the dust of things that accumulate? Do I get any sense between one or the other that do my druggy senses tell me?
There is give me wisdom. I should really make you roll a d6, but give me a roll below your wisdom.
Okay, let's see.
Or attempt to roll below your wisdom.
I did it!
7. You hear like this strange like rustling sound. So I mean, to answer your question, no, there doesn't appear to be any like handprints or like obvious trails in the dust of these doors recently being opened or anyone running through here recently. There is a very faint like rustling sound, almost like wind through leaves coming out of this door. And you see just like the faintest little bit of like goo, this like green ectoplasmic goo seeping beneath that other door.
Goo doesn't feel promising. Rustling feels promising. I'm gonna ready my hands with some flour from the bag of flour I have, because if I encounter them, I plan on like throwing it and then pushing them over and grabbing that goose. So I'm gonna ready some handfuls of flour before opening that door very carefully, like peep hands.
You open the door into a breakfast room where the wallpaper is peeling off the walls. The furniture has quite a bit of dry rot going on because these vines have actually smashed through these windows, presumably long ago, because there's a fair amount of weather damage evident in this space. All right, Sarge, you are in a cage of bones, eye to complete lack of eye, with a death knight. What do you do?
Okay. I am going to take out 3 different objects one at a time. First, I'm going to take out my hidden locket, which contains a portrait of my true love now far away. I will open it up and I will say to the locket,
Jennifer Lopez. Part of me thought that I might be able to get back to you when this is over, but now I know that I'm doing this for little Sarge and for little Jennifer.
and then I will close that up, put it back in my pocket. Then next I will take out my seashell box, which says speak a word into it. The next time it's opened, the word escapes. I will speak a word very quietly into the seashell box, then put it on the floor and scoot it, like kick it over to Cherry in the hallway. Then I'm going to take out my last 2 pieces of bubble gum, pop them in my mouth, jump, swing at this fucking Death Knight.
Make an attack roll.
All right, let's do it. Bubble gum, chomp.
Get him, Ben Affleck. I mean, Sarge.
That's a 7.
You missed. We knew he was a Batman. We just didn't know which Batman. The Death Knight pulls out this vicious-looking sword with this little bit of a curvature at the top and misses with his first strike. Ooh, what is Sarge working with for AC? Just hits you with his second strike. I'm going to roll this D8 on the table because this is important.
I have 7 hit points.
Oh God.
D8 of damage. Whoa. All right.
You take
Oh, you got
straight 3 points of damage. And it raises its sword. It's just like standing now upright in this stone sarcophagus, which you don't know exactly how much of a boost it gives this thing, but it is towering above you. It's the horns on its armor are almost hitting the ceiling.
Sure.
Cherry, this little seashell box comes sliding towards you.
I'm gonna go to pick it up in accident. That's the one that he whispered into?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to pick it up and fumble it a little and open it by mistake as I pick it up.
Sure. What does Cherry hear? Sarge's potentially last word whispered into this
come
box.
out is anti-disestablishmentarianism. It was the longest word I could think of. Sarge wanted to get his money's worth.
Feeling really inspired by that and just called to action and not really ready to say goodbye to her friend, even though she should probably be ready. Oh God, I'm gonna just do a quick roll to decide what my character is gonna do.
Sure.
All right, 1 to 3. She's going to go into the room and try to save him. 4 to 6. She's just gonna bounce. Fuck, she bounces.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, so she's like, Sarge, wow, looks, that was really great and all, and it was lovely knowing you. Bye. And
All right.
I'm gonna run this way and start going, I guess, up the stairs. Is Sprig coming from up?
Yes, Sprig is coming down the stairs as you are going up.
Okay, I'm just gonna like run as far as I can and basically run past Sprig, and like as I pass him, I don't know if he's looking, but I'm like brushing a tear off my cheek.
Oh.
And I'm just like, yeah, maybe I'm feeling a little low on wine. I'm gonna, and I just like stumble past.
All right. Cherry rushes past Sprig on the stairs and is now on the 3rd floor. The door is open. You can just see the much of the roof line. There is a pitch, which is hard to tell, especially on the zoomed out map for our audience. So that is like the peak of the roof.
Has the giant,
So you are
like,
fairly confident the giant.
Sorry, go ahead.
The giant is not within view, so he's not within like this zone. You can only see about maybe a third of the perimeter of the house.
That's cool. I just wanna make sure I
hollow
can
one.
walk right to that. Okay.
When we were in here, was there
You
anything?
heard
I forgot to ask this.
Establishmentarianism.
Right, but I was gonna ask on the sarcophagus itself. Did we notice anything, or was there any writing on it? Because I see that there's some on the image. I wasn't sure if that was like there was actually writing
There
on it before
are there are black rings. Actually, I should say there were black wax rings.
Oh,
as
right,
if
it
a bunch
got
of candles
shattered.
burnt
Yeah.
on this, but that the lid of that sarcophagi no longer exists. Although it does, but yeah, it's in a bunch of pieces on the ground around Sarge.
Do we know of have we in our past or knowledge, have we encountered something like this before, or know how to arrest its soul back again, or
I'll tell you what,
appease
Hollywood,
it?
give me an intelligence check. I'm gonna give you a +1 because you're a spooky cleric.
Spooky.
And also
Oh,
because
my
you were quite
intelligence is so
low on
great.
intelligence.
Oh, it's so no, it's perfect. It's exactly where I failed. I'm just gonna rush in, and I'm just gonna be like, well, Sarge, I guess it's just me and you here for your retirement party. We're gonna make it a rager though. And you said there's like artifacts around this whole room, like on
sure.
tables and stuff. I start taking the tables of stuff and just start tossing these artifacts at the Death Knight and their fight.
Awesome.
My other ingredients.
Whatever this first thing is to my left, as I enter the room, I just toss this whatever's on the table at it, and then I start making my way towards down the line. Maybe I can toss this body too. I don't know how actions work in this, but
Yeah, sure. Roll a d20. What are you working with? Yeah, straight up d20. Roll a d20.
Man, it's so good that Snipe doesn't know about this room. Snipe will be
Ooh,
devastated.
roll a d4 as you bludgeon this Death Knight with, I'm gonna say, a mummy. 2 points of damage.
It's very WWE.
yeah. So
of you.
that's my entire plan is during their fight, I'm just going around the room, just hucking every artifact in here at it, but really quickly making sure that it's not anything made out of gold or silver. If it is, I'll just be like, oh, I'll just take that one. I'll take this other thing and throw it.
One for me, one for him.
Yeah.
You do find like a nice little like candlestick worth 8 gold pieces.
8 or 80?
8.
8. Big money.
Big
Guys, I found treasure. As everyone's got like bank.
This
Don't
room's always
worry,
been-
because
this room's
we
been
are a
picked over
business.
couple times.
I'll split it between everybody. We'll tally it up at the end. Of course, Yagmanon gets her cut.
Yeah, you got a tithe. In the distance, you hear what you recognize as the high honk of a goose
Mm.
tripping face off of weird taffy.
You're saying Snipe hears this or we hear this? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Mostly, no. I think the four of you are within range. Sherry's kind of just on the edge of being able to hear it. Cherry, you hear that below you. You know what? Yeah, you know, Snipe, you'd hear that above you because you are very much.
How's that?
Top of the order, Sprig.
All right, so, Jerry, what is going on? What?
Did you like follow me up then?
No, I'm just calling back to you.
Okay, cool. Just having a get a little bursky, mate. I just kind of mumbling off into the distance.
Yar.
Yeah.
All right. I'm assuming I hear the sounds of battle, where, you know, because somebody just hucked a corpse at a Death Knight.
WWE's.
You hear the shattering of a sarcophagus lid, which you don't. You hear a tremendous crashing sound from that museum space that you were in, and then you absolutely hear. You know the sound of a mummy hitting a Death Knight, and that just happened.
Okay.
Very specific sound. You are a Foley artist. You know what that sounds like.
It's canon.
I pull a tooth from the shrunken head.
Oh,
This black ebony tooth, and I believe it's going to summon a scorpion, which I then tossed into the room as I come running in. Don't break anything expensive. And then I see the Death Knight, and I'm like, oh fuck.
And I'll just respond, I'm not the accountant. I don't know what money looks, you know, what's good, what's not. So I'm just taking it all. I found a candlestick, by the way. That's good.
Those go for a lot.
Sprig, you see the goose.
The goose? Oh, it's in the hallway.
It's coming out
Oh
of this
my
door.
gosh.
Oh, I thought it
my
was that
gosh.
big. I thought it grew.
I start that big. I don't know why.
That'd be a good twist.
The goose has tripled in size.
Giant goose.
We are all a sacrifice for the goose.
All right.
It is
So,
me,
I love
mother.
a good twist.
so I assume I summoned the scorpion by pulling the tooth out. Is that how it's supposed to
Yes.
work?
In my mind, you threw that tooth at the Death Knight. Is that correct?
Right.
Yes.
All right. So I command this scorpion, I assume.
It is friendly to you, and
All
you
right.
threw it at this guy. So I imagine you want it. I feel like
Yeah.
the scorpion would interpret that as attack.
Yeah. And I was about to rush into the room and help, but then I saw the goose, so I'm gonna use whatever movement I have left to go that way towards the goose.
Cool. You start running towards the goose. It was just like kind of looking around. Like you're no goose expert, but it's got like this very like spacey, just based on like the head motion itself. It's just kind of scanning in its environment. You're not really confident it's getting much out of that scan.
Which, side note, now that I saw Sprig, even though there's a lot going on, I'm like, oh my God, who's in that bed?
Wait a second.
Sarge, you're fighting a Death Knight. There's a scorpion in the mix all of a sudden that's trying to sting this.
Right.
Undead.
Very dangerous, exciting. So first of all, point of order. I decided before the session that if Sarge died, my backup character would be Mrs. Sarge, so
Yes.
she could come along and collect the paperwork.
As a
And
tradition.
as we all learned, including me a few minutes ago, we all learned that Jennifer Lopez is his wife. My backup character will be Jenny from the Block, who is a first level fighter. If it
She can
comes to
throw
that.
hands.
Get the
Anyway,
get that
so-
orange drink from the bodega or whatever she said. I don't remember what she said.
She tried to say egg. Like I forget. She
Some
said
sort of like
weird sandwich.
lingo that like if you know, you know, and New Yorkers are like, what are you talking about?
I mean, I'm from a different block, but I'm from New York, and I don't know. And,
Yeah, I'm gonna keep swinging away at this Death Knight. So another two-handed attack. That is 15. Does that hit?
15.
Class 4.
No, we're not doing. We're not doing
No,
that.
we're not doing the Matrix.
He has an AC. I mean, unless it brings you joy, I'll do the math and figure out what it is. A 15 does not hit.
Oh no.
Okay.
This is a suit of armor held together by dark magic and malice.
Right.
Anything else,
And,
Sarge?
I will stand at attention like Obi-Wan with my sword straight up, say to Kevin, make sure that you write down what time I die. Jennifer needs to know for the paperwork. It's important. They'll deny us if we don't turn it in completely accurate the first time.
I guess I'll use your blood as ink because I don't have a pen.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
The Death Knight lifts up the mummy that he was just pelted with, rips it open, and there's this puff of just terribleness, this necrotic dust, and ancient cloth and skin organs fills the room, and leaping from that is the skeleton inside that the Death Knight has just animated.
Oh.
And
Oh God.
it can do that. Don't worry,
I
only 3 times.
summoned one too, Sprig. Look, we got friends. It'll help.
Ow.
It follows my command, right?
Cherry, what's up? You're upstairs. How's it going?
I guess I hear all the commotion. I've sat and moped for a few minutes or seconds, and now I've heard the goose faintly, but it feels like a gift from the universe, a sign of hope in all this darkness. So I'm gonna go goose hunting.
Goose.
Yeah. So what is the fastest way for me? Oh shit! Sorry. What is the fastest way for me to get to where this I was gonna say ghost. Goose is.
Boost.
Well, I mean, you would pretty naturally go back down the stairs,
Yeah.
and doing so, you would pretty much see it.
Okay.
You would see Sprig making for Mildred.
Okay. I'm gonna call out to the goose and be like, I'm at Mildred, and see if it reacts at all.
It looks at you and like with one eye, because that's how geese work. And it kind of like squints at you a little bit, just distrustingly, like, how do you know my name?
Okay, so it knows its own name. I don't trust it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I'm just working my way toward the goose, so as far as I can go. Oh man, I have to pass that room.
It's chaos in there.
Can I stand in the doorway and take a shot at it from a distance?
Sure.
Okay.
Ooh.
Alleviate some guilt.
Maybe a little. I've got a sling. I'm just gonna pelt it with a stone.
Yeah. Yeah, give me a D20 and any kind of modifier you got on that, if we got one.
Yeah.
You do. You're a halfling. You're good at missiles.
Yep. Why is it? Come on, D20, let's go. Do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
All right, D20, roll. A nat 20.
Nice.
Oh,
Great.
Roll 2d4.
It feels
the
weird
wrong
to
one.
not like 20s.
Yeah.
Feels
I
weird.
feel every time I play Dragonbane.
No, that's good for an attack roll. It's,
Oh,
it's,
okay.
it's
Oh,
weird.
yeah, that's right. It's an attack.
Yeah.
All right, 6.
6 points of damage. So far, on the run, the halfling's done the most damage.
Yeah. When I hit this thing, I guess I'm just gonna kind of stay in the doorway and be like, "Yeah, you're right, git. That's what I've got, and that's my friend. You leave him alone." And I look at Sarge and I'm like, "Seriously, this is the win. This is how you want to go. This is not a good story."
I mean, it's like Thursday afternoon. I told you, end of business Friday. I'm running out of time here.
There's a bloody giant outside, and you want to die with this hunk of shit and awful, whatever the hell that smell is.
Would you rather be stabbed or popped? I don't know. For me, it's an easy choice.
What about stomped on?
I don't like that one either.
Wait, what if we fake your death? Have we ever thought about that?
There's a body outside, guys.
There's there's all these things here that we could like make it look like you. Anyways, we should fight this death knight first. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll talk about that after we fight the death knight.
Yeah.
Snipe.
Okay.
You're just chilling in the breakfast nook.
Except for after hearing that goose, I am going to sprint as far as I can back up those stairs.
Yeah, I'll get you in behind it. I will get you across the hall.
Okay, right there. I am so excited. I don't have normal things. Can I throw a dagger? I have shards of ice daggers, little fey daggers.
At the goose, sure.
Yes. I am so excited seeing it. Okay. Either way. I was going to ask if that was dex or strength for daggers, for throwing something, but that is not, no, because I have to roll over for attacks.
You throw a knife, a shard of ice at Mildred, as Mildred hears her name across this grand gallery and turns to look, and you miss.
No. Guys.
Hollow one, there is a... Oh, we didn't do... Oh, no, okay, we resolved the scorpion on. All right, that's turn. Hollow one. There's a death knight. There's a skeleton. There's a scorpion.
Yeah.
And Mr.
It's got everything. It's got scorpions. It's got mummies. So my helmet, by the way, has just like one eye in the center of it. And I realized in this moment, like, wait a second. Not only am I business director, I'm also a cleric. What am I doing? And I'll like make like a circle in the eye, and I will use turn undead. It says 1 HD. I don't know what all this stuff means. It says 1 HD 7. What does 1 HD mean? Is that one creature? Because it also says 2 HD and 2 star HD.
Hit dice.
Hit dice. Gotcha.
You're rolling a 2d6.
2d6. Okay. I will. Is there a way to do multiple at the same time? I'll just press.
Yeah.
Oh, you click it twice? Nice. 2d6. 8.
8. What does it look like when the Hollow One channels your dark psychedelic god?
I peek my mask a little bit, chew a candy real fast, and then I take my hands, and it's just a big circle that has the eye like looking through it, and then the eye actually on the armor blinks, and then it out through it, that same kind of like heat wave. That's kind of like iridescent almost, kind of like goes through like a kaleidoscope, and starts making these weird colors towards the target and makes them see what my patron is all about, of just psychedelic transcendence and the void. Also 432 hertz baseline note going. Listen, yeah.
The skeleton, teeth chattering, goes pyramid scheme and Scooby Doo's out. Death Knight. He's got a bunch of hit dice. He ain't scared.
Yeah.
But yeah, the skeleton runs out of the room.
Cool. And then I get ready to throw whatever's next.
Another mummy.
Yeah, and that's my turn.
That mummy also gets up and runs away.
Oh, well then I'll be like, it's good I got rid of all these little things, and I'll just go across the room to this whatever's on this table and get ready to throw that my next turn.
All right, Sarge.
Oh, it's back to me. Seeing the skeleton leave, I will check my gum, see that it still has a little bit of flavor left, chew it even harder, and swing away at the Death Knight. That, my two-handed sword, is a nat 20.
Yeah.
The good one, not the bad one.
Yeah, it's hard
So hard
to
switching
keep it straight.
emotions.
Yeah.
Finally, this is the first thing I've hit, I think.
Roll 2d6. What are you working
That
with?
is 11 damage.
That's D10s. Holy
Whoa!
Ooh.
Wait, how do you tell how much damage you do on a weapon?
It's in the OSE rules.
Yeah, because you got a two-hander, right? Yeah.
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 I'll put it in the private chat if you
Is your strength? No, I believe you. You're good for it.
if anybody else wants to look it up.
No, that's good. That's good. That's some big damage though. Holy
27.
moly! I didn't realize we could hit that hard.
That's what. Well, he can. That's what what he's for. He's for hitting things with a sword. Damn, you guys actually might kill that thing. Sprig, give me an attack roll, please, for your scorpion.
Oh. So 2.
It cannot get its stinger to find any purchase because it's all just bone or metal. Very difficult. But what are you doing, good sir?
So I'm going to go towards the goose.
Okay.
So I think I can get 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So I can get to right past the fireplace.
We're not doing like movement speed. You can get to the goose.
All right. So I go over to the goose and very nicely my hands. Well, hold on. I gotta put the head away. I tuck the head into my cloak, and as nicely as I can, hands outstretched, like, "Oh, Mildred, come here, come to me."
Give me. I'm gonna call it wisdom.
All right. Well, that's a 4.
Little good.
Oh, right.
Mildred, probably because she's tripping face, just kind of like waddles over and sees what you're working with. Sees if that head is actually something good to eat or something.
I love that I was sus and you're just like her bestie. That's cool.
And can I just like scoop her up? Is she like?
Sure. You scoop her up, and she
Just gently pet her on her head.
starts
And then
honking like a goddamn car alarm.
Oh my God.
not just a quick snap. Just a quick snap.
Cherry,
Cool.
your bud's got the goose in a tender headlock.
All right. Well,
You gotta
I
kill her
mean,
before it peaks.
can't put the goose before the gander, so I'm gonna take another shot at this dumb bony thing and see if I can keep my friend alive, just to make sure we get out of here alive too. Oh, nope.
No.
Well, I tried. I just look at Sarge and I'm like, well, it was nice knowing you.
Did the scorpion attack? Did I miss that?
Yeah.
It did.
Okay.
It did.
I
It
missed.
was
gotcha.
it rolled poorly. It was short. It was a short-lived exchange.
Hey, quick question, Ryan. I don't remember if I was in the room. Somebody mentioned the goose laid golden eggs. Was that?
Yes, they did.
Yep.
That was the guy that you were talking to, I thought.
That was the fighter talking to me, right? That
Yeah.
wasn't back
Yeah.
with the. Okay, so I know this thing lays gold eggs.
I
And
think
none of
I
us
think you're
do.
the only one. I think you're the only
Yes.
one, perhaps, who knows that, Sprig.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. All right.
So I'm just gonna move on and kind of walk up to you, Sprig, and be like, "Hey, what you got there?"
This thing lays golden eggs. We can't eat it. Golden
Yeah.
eggs. Golden eggs.
That sounds interesting. Have you seen them?
No, but it will. Watch. Like Mildred. Cute.
So now I'm standing there watching and hesitating because I didn't really care about eating this goose, but I do care about finding out if it does make golden eggs.
But what about a bird in the stomach versus eggs in a bush? We don't know about the eggs. We know about Mildred. We know she is tripping. We know that this will be the best.
Yeah, every kind of goose is something we can get another one, but I'm not sure we're gonna get another one that makes golden eggs. Maybe we can even. Are they solid gold? You don't know. Maybe we can make an omelet.
Ooh, maybe we can make meringues.
See? Now we're
Okay.
talking.
Okay. Okay. We're cooking, maybe. Or we'll be cooking something if those eggs don't crack.
I'm gonna try to like lovingly coo at this freaking goose and see if I can get it to poop out an egg, because I don't know how geese work.
Wisdom?
No.
Sure. Listen, but what about charisma? Because I'm trying to charm this thing. I'm just saying.
If you were trying to get, let's say, some sort of humanoid to lay an egg, that would be charisma. This is.
Ah, damn it.
Yeah, you squeeze this goose and it honks and tries to bite you as you try to like massage its belly. I don't know what you're trying to do to get a goose to lay an egg, but whatever it is, it doesn't work. And he doesn't.
Clearly,
like it.
I don't know either. And when it honks, I just kind of look at it like, what? I was on a pirate ship, mate. What do you want from me?
Hollow one. Is MIA. Snipe.
Something-
Okay. So maybe. Do you think we can scare eggs out of it?
I think the poor thing's been scared enough.
I think
Okay.
if we could scare eggs out of it, we'd already have them.
I guess
You
that's
two are quite frightening.
that's fair. Okay. Well, we still need to get this thing out of here. How? I just
Yeah,
want to
I think
eat
you
it. And I kind of raised my sword a little because I don't see us exiting with Mildred very easily because Mildred is loud. There are other people looking for her, and
No. We
Aim's
can take
looking
we
for
can take
her.
the sack and put it over her head. Look, not, Yeah.
Oh, void sack. Void
Yeah.
sack.
so
Put her in the void sack.
I had it last because it had been on my head, and so I take it because I picked it up. And I'm gonna take it and put it over her head now.
Yes.
I'll allow it. You definitely have the void sack.
Yes.
Add one.
Sarge,
add one.
I got one last thing I can do. All right, I can put the void sack on. Where'd it go?
Yes, the void sack.
All right. Add one goose to your inventory.
Which, by the way, I do want to say that's a real item in my equipment on the page.
You have a
the-
goose?
No, the OS, the void sack is
Oh,
literally
sure.
something in the thing.
I was like, you had a goose this whole time?
No, that'd be
It's
sick.
my void sack now.
When last we saw the void sack, it was on Cherry's head. So
Yeah.
I will allow it.
No, I'm just saying, like, I didn't make that item up. I'm saying that's literally what it says it is in my
It
on the
says
character
it.
thing.
I told you the inventory is probably the most important part of these character sheets. Hollow, it is your turn.
Oh, cool.
I aligned it over.
Which, by the way, I've thought about it. Whenever I do turn undead, it's called channeling my unpaid internship. But for this turn, I'm just gonna do what I was talking about last turn. I'm taking whatever's on this table, don't really care what it is, and hucking it.
Cool.
Seeing
roll
if
a,
anything magic happens or whatnot or whatever.
roll a d20.
D20. Oh, that's selecting what kind of dice. D20 is being rolled. 11.
11 is not going to do it. You hit this thing with a bunch of curios from foreign lands.
Bunch of what?
Curios?
Cheerios.
Oh, I thought you said the cereal.
tchotchkes?
Never mind.
Tchotchkes if you ain't fancy.
Cool. I'll keep walking down the line, and I'm just. You got this, Sarge. You're almost there. You got him on the ropes, but also you might die. Is that good?
Either way, when you throw like a collection of tiny spoons, does no damage.
Okay.
Sarge? Yeah.
All right, so I am going to look up at this Death Knight standing over me, lean down, spit out blood, wipe a gloved hand across my face, smearing blood, and I'll look at this Death Knight and go, I thought you were the real deal. You're supposed to be a Death Knight. You're more like a tummy ache knight. I'm gonna give you one more chance, and then I'm out of here. And I'm gonna attack him.
Oh my god, I think just for your bad wordplay, you should die.
That's the
14.
spirit.
14 is a miss.
No.
Come on, tummy ache knight.
All right.
By the way, has this thing been talking at all, or just completely silent, just attacking?
Completely silent.
Sarge is just monologuing at it.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 22
Oh no.
and a
What's a
14 to hit. Sarge, what is your AC? 15.
AC.
I've been rolling crap, but he has a very good modifier. D8. Oh wait, no, I'm rolling it. I'm rolling in the open for this. I'm gonna roll damage in the open.
Oh god.
6.
Oh no.
Oh no.
As the Death Knight cuts through me, I turn to Kevin and I say,
Don't forget to allocate the Christmas bonuses after you pay taxes, not before, because then you'll have to pay again next year. Also, make sure when Jennifer gets here, tell her to use the new insurance forms. They don't accept the old ones.
So just to be clear, can you? Sorry, it was Sarge.
What's that?
Sarge.
What's that?
Time of death.
3:37 p.m. Sprig, you sense a great disturbance in the force.
Sarge!
So yeah, not wanting to be a person who grieves, I'm all like,
Yeah. About that. And I kind of just leave the goose with you. And I just kind of like wander back to confirm that he's actually dead. Yeah, he's pretty dead.
He did.
It's not great. I think, can we go now?
Out with the giant.
Yeah.
Wait, you just went to the door, looked inside, and said, "Yep, he's dead," and then ran away.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
I went down the hall, looked in the room, and was like, I don't want to do this anymore. My friend just died, even though that's what he wanted. I didn't want him to. And now I'm sad. And I just want to leave with this goose that might give us golden eggs. I'm done with it. This house sucks. What was the point of us being here again?
Get rich, don't
Get
die.
rich.
Oh yeah, see, we got that.
Don't
Mission
die.
accomplished. Give us the goose. Let's go.
You guys can run away. I ain't gonna. Well, Ryan's not gonna stop you. There's.
Yeah, I'll follow Cherry's lead.
I love
Void
this.
bag a
I love
goose.
this plan. What could possibly go wrong?
Void bag a goose. Try to get out of here.
We're gonna just walk right out and to face the giant. I'm not sure the plan.
We're gonna quickly
It's
walk,
taken a while.
aka run, with our goose.
Which way are you running? I got a cherry, a sprig, and a snipe together with a goose. Which way are you going?
Well, first we got to collect the rest of the party, the still living part of the party. So we need Kevin.
Do you want me to do what I was
Yeah.
going to do on my turn? I'm just trying to wait to order. I don't know if you still want to.
Sure. Yeah. We're kind of
Okay.
we're in this liminal space
My
now.
intention was I was going to take. I have a holy symbol. It's an obsidian triangle with a glaring red eye. That I kind of take off the side satchel of my just kind of belt area, and I run past Sarge. I dip some in his blood.
Ooh.
And I try to take some coin if he had any coin, business expenses, you know. And at the doorway, I just look at this Death Knight and I just say, "Well, it looks like it's just you." And I close the door and I run. While writing Time of Death. And then I was trying to remember all the stuff that he said. I'm just like, Christmas, expense, paperwork, J-Lo. And then I'll take it. I wrote it on the sack of coins that he had, and I'm just like, that should be good enough. They'll know. And I'm just, I'll just run towards them and just like, hey, Sarge retired.
As I was walking away from that room, by the way, I want to say that I pulled out this little like pirate's hook that I have. That's like the same type of hook that I think I saw on that other pirate, and I'm like subtly just like I kind of rub my thumb over it, and everybody shivers. Just a theory I'm testing.
It's
And then-
extra spooky.
Then I'm ready to go.
All right, the four of you are together. I'll allow it. Which direction are you headed?
So, did anyone see another way out?
Not that way. Which, by the way, is the Death Knight trying to bust out of the room, or are we good?
I mean, that's a safe assumption. It hasn't happened yet. This is like bullet time.
Okay.
You guys are which way
I
are
would
you?
say-
I just point towards. Is there a door? I can't mark it, but like south of where Snipe and Cherry and Sprig are. Is there a door leading into that black?
No, but there are big old paintings on that.
Okay.
wall.
I would say just back the way you guys came, because that way is not good.
Like
There's-
this way?
Looking at the map, there's actually a door at the bottom of the stairwell, but Sprig would not know that. But if but Stephanie, you were in that room.
Yeah, yeah. I
Snipe
know.
was recently down there.
I was down there. I know that is the lower floor.
Yeah, she got fleeced at blackjack in that room by a ghost. She knows that there's
Yeah.
a door in the-
Yeah, there's a door.
So, so does Snipe want to lead us to that exit?
Okay, I will go. So, I know you said there's forest around the.
There's about 200 to 300 feet of kind of like meadow. Like at one point it was lawn, but it's gone pretty far to seed. But there's like clearing for about 200-300 feet. There's like a rough edge to the forest. It's not perfectly square. So yeah, it's about, say, from that door, it's about 200 feet to the edge of the wood.
Okay. I mean, my best educated guess is we go down that way and make a run for the forest.
Let's do it.
You guys head down the stairs and you see Jenny from the block playing blackjack. I'm sorry. 3-card Monty with a ghost.
All right. So when we get to the bottom of the stairs, do I smell that pot cooking?
Ooh. Give me wisdom. Give me wisdom. Because it smells good, but it's kind of far away. You don't.
No. Okay. I just had this idea that if we did run into the giant, we could say that Hook Hand cooked the goose.
But
Which, by the
will
way,
giant
when we
kill
see
the
this-
messenger.
When we see this goose, is there any inclination that it wouldn't be the real goose? If there's like any sort of, because we saw that one of them was a magic caster.
Trick goose?
I don't know.
I mean, that's a great question. It's a goose. I'm going to say you didn't get a great look at it earlier.
But it did react when I said its name.
That is true. And
That
I
is
said his
true.
name too.
So, like, I'm thoroughly convinced with my extremely high intelligence that this is definitely the real deal.
My guy is also like, he's having a fun time. He's full. He is a chaotic cleric, and which, by the way, I didn't realize. But I also speak chaotic is a language, I guess.
It's a vibe.
But
That's what I speak also in
look
real
at-
life.
I look at this goose that's just by themselves or whatever, like they found it, but like they didn't say that they got it from the people. So I'm just like, why would they leave? Why would they give up the goose or have it like run away or whatever happened with the goose? There's 2 people, where are they? Yeah. So I'm just like, I know trickery. I do it all the time. Are we being tricked right now?
Good
Valid.
question. Good question. I kind of assumed the other 2 died because this house is pretty dangerous.
I just continue with the argument that the goose knows its name, therefore it's the real goose.
Yeah, and you were saying that like
Really
holding
wholesome.
a struggling void bag.
Yes.
Feels pretty real to us.
So, yeah, all right, toward the door then?
Yeah.
What is that little area of vine on the window?
I only just entered that room. Sorry, that's you. I have no idea. Because as soon as I went into that room, the goose started honking.
I'd like to check that out and see if there's a better way out through there.
Yeah, up to you guys. Going through the kitchen or going through? There's
Yes.
a door. There's a door here. There's a door
Oh.
here.
I'm gonna, before doing that, I'm gonna be like, oh, hey, Jenny, come with us. Good seeing ya. We're having a crazy work retreat right now, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So Sarge retired. He told me to give this to you. And I give them the sack of gold. There's only half of it left. And it has writings of his own blood on it that says Christmas, work papers, tax, something, J-Lo. And I was like,
Nailed
he told
it.
me to write this down. Also, it was 3:37 time of death. I don't know if that matters for the paperwork.
Yes.
Yeah,
it does.
but he told me that to write that down, and you would know what that. Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
you know, accountants think alike. Whatever.
Seems like you dotted all the I's and crossed all the T's. I appreciate your diligence. Means
Did
a
you
lot.
win any money?
Oh, I don't know yet. We have to file the paperwork and.
No, you were
Fight.
playing blackjack with. Sorry, 3-card Monty with ghosts is what I thought was
Oh, I
happening.
just play for the love of the game. I'm not interested in
Okay,
money.
cool. Anyways, we should follow them. They're kind of crazy right now.
Okay.
But real quick, as we pass by, and I'll try to keep up the rear, is I'll take half of the gold that was in Sarge's thing, and I'll slam it down onto the table real quick for a quick game, and just like go all in, Sarge.
All right. The bell goes off for the first time in forever.
Oh my God, you had a lot of gold. So it would be roughly 10 gold pieces.
Yeah, I had 21.
Dang.
21 gold in a grimy leather pouch.
All right. I feel like this dice roller is maybe fixed. You get a 2.
Mhm.
Face down card goes down. No, you know what? We're not gonna do this because we're in 3-card Monty mode.
Another game I don't know how to play.
I know, I don't either.
Well, it's the shuffling the cards around.
Oh, like. Yeah.
Roll a d4.
Oh, I was gonna.
It
Oh,
shows
so
you,
it's
it
not
shows you the ace
blackjack.
of hearts, and then.
Oh, dang it. I was gonna ask into the ether if Sarge wanted to hit or sit. But I guess I can't do that now. So what do you want me to roll?
It's 3-card Monty. You are choosing one card.
Okay.
The other not. It's not a fair game. Roll a d4.
All right. 3.
10 gold appear beside your 10 gold, and the table flips over.
Ugh.
Sarge, you're a winner, Sarge. And I run to JLo and it'd be like, oh, there must have been a hole in the bag. Yeah, Sarge still had 10 more in there to give. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Incredible. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyways, sorry. And I'm just like running. You can't see my face, but it is beet red.
Aww.
Oh.
All right. Well, I will say you do smell the stew as you traverse the kitchen. If there was something you wanted to do with that.
Oh, by the way, Ryan, my little token got stuck in one of the blacked out rooms upstairs.
Oh no.
I tried to drag it, and I ended up.
Lost in the ether.
He
Yeah.
also went into the void bag.
Yeah. All right. Well, so if now that I smell the stew, I'm gonna leave the door open to the card room,
Mhm.
and the door open to outside, so the wafting smell of the
Oh.
stew. In fact, I might even like pick up the stew and set it at the end of the table to get
Okay.
it as close to the door as I can.
And the plan, Sprig, was you said you were going to say that they cooked the goose, or that we're trying to make this giant eat this thing?
If we run into the giant, I was gonna say that those dastardly pirates cooked the goose,
Okay.
and I was hoping the smell of the stew would help with our convincing argument.
It's a good plan. I mean, if we need to talk with them, though, I can. I mean, I know it's really hard for you to lie. You're just such a sweet boy, you know. I can take point on that if you want, but this is your plan. You can do it if you want to. You got to learn the ways of the business somehow. So I guess it's about time.
Oh no, I definitely think you should be the one talking to the giant for sure.
Yeah, you're just too nice. And I just pat you on the shoulder. Like, good plan though. Very smart of you.
It's
All right, now where's Cherry? 'Cause she's got the bag. I'm not letting her out of my sight.
she's 2 rooms away. As you open that door, you are aware that the giant is making noise, like from around this corner. You don't know if it's like here or here or here, but you can hear the giant like on the north side of the house.
Yeah, cool. So we're on the south side. So can I get out that window where those vines are? Because I'm small and.
Yeah, so you were in the breakfast room, shattered glass all along the floor there. And these vines are growing through into the house. You try to squeeze your way through, and they attempt to crush you.
Oh God! No.
The house is waking up. I'm gonna call this. I'm also gonna call this Doom. I'm gonna call this D.
Death? D? Saving throw? No. So I have to roll.
You are trying to roll
8
over.
or less. Over.
You went on a push.
Oh yes.
You pop out. You are indeed small, and you are officially outside as these animated vines are grasping at your coattails.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna see if I can distract the vines because I don't know how things work, and help the other party members either get out this way or get out another way. Can I throw rocks at it?
Sure. Yeah, you know what? Just roll a d20. Roll a d20.
D20. 16.
16. Let me. Yes. You throw a handful of rocks and you smash this window here, where there's quite a bit less vinage going on in the first place.
Okay.
So I will grant advantage again, even though that's not a thing.
Cool. I'm gonna be like outside now, and I'm just gonna like whisper shout to come out this window to the rest of the group. And then knowing that I am the smallest one in the party, I'm gonna start hauling ass away from this place. In the hopes that I'm not gonna be the weakest link and that they will catch up. Because I don't want to do this alone.
Who has the goose right now?
She does.
Okay.
Sure does.
I'm hoping this will motivate people.
It sure does.
I look at Sprig, and I'm a tall person, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna use the front door. And I walk through this doorway to try to make my way to the main hall.
Well, that door was locked earlier. Like it was all hot to the touch, and
I thought it was
we
being like
closed it.
bashed in though.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. Yeah, that's par for the course, actually. Yeah, I don't remember.
Like I thought it was getting hot because of the magic caster that we locked out, and then there was like bashing happening. I could remember that wrong too.
Yes. So she, there was a magical blast of fire in an attempt to open slash perhaps act of protest.
Gotcha. And yeah, I'll just look over at Snipe and I'll just be like, I don't know. But Cherry she's a pirate, so maybe she's gonna steal the goose.
I'm not letting that goose out of my sight.
I'm gonna go
The
around.
last thing I whisper shout to you guys is, last one to catch me is a rotten egg, and then I run. So I'm trying to make a game of
golden egg.
The Hollow One enters the dining room. There's a large portrait of a man in a burgundy smoking jacket with a long black beard hanging up here on this wall. Fairly ornate carpentry on the chairs. The door to the hall, the Great Hall, you could surmise is here.
Do you care if I roll an intelligence check for myself real fast?
Sure.
For just something I don't. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I tell a story?
Okay. So I look at it and I'm just like, huh. Cherry and this person look quite alike. I wonder if they're related. This is her house. Snipe, Sprig. This is her house. Cherry's house. She's swindling us.
What?
They have the same jacket. It's a family jacket. Look.
Snipe is super confused and is also like definitely planning on going out the window also because again, goose line of sight, very important. Someone else is gonna eat that goose if I don't.
Save against death with advantage.
Me?
Snipe going through the window.
Going through the window. Gotcha.
Okay. Save against death with advantage. Hey!
Ooh, you're out.
Wow.
I'm out.
Out of the
Isn't
window.
it over? Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant out of the game. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I did too. I was like, what?
And you're dead.
My
And
emotions can't
fine.
handle this. Yes.
No,
Joke's
I
on
number
you,
good on two.
surprise.
I'm like, I rolled really good. I don't roll so good. Yes.
No, you managed
no, I
to
am
extricate yourself
booking
from
it
the
after
window
Jerry.
without getting tangled up in these clawing animated vines.
Yeah, let's go.
Jenny, we're getting the hell out of here. Also, I don't know if you saw it on the way in, but there was a giant out there.
Yeah, that's okay. You guys go ahead. I don't know you guys or anything, so I'm not gonna escape with you. But just go ahead. You're fine. I'm fine. Everything's cool. Have a nice day.
Are you not? Wait, are you not? I saw an image or a portrait of you with Sarge. He took it out. It's not. Are you not J-Lo? Sorry, I just assumed.
Yeah, I'm J-Lo. People call me that. I'm just Jenny. It's not a big deal.
Where are you from, Jenny?
From around, like, the block,
Well, just making sure. I feel very confused right now. You do know Sarge, right? Like, you are the same Sarge that was in his little locket that he had.
Yeah, he was my husband.
Okay.
Yeah.
And just letting you know, this place is super duper dangerous. Like, you know
that's
that,
fine.
right?
It's okay. I got it.
And you don't want to leave with us and be safe?
No, I'm all set. Nope. Right where I want to be. Thanks though.
Yeah, you go ahead, Sprig. I'm really curious. And I just sit down and like start talking with you as Sprig and Sniper running away. I'm like, I can't leave this chaos behind. I want to know.
Oh, well, I think Jenny's plan is to wait till all you people leave, then she can go kill the Death Knight because Jenny's like a level 11 fighter or whatever. Death Knight and recover Sarge's body in peace.
Oh, that makes sense. All right. Well, good luck with that. Bite.
In the system, it's gold for XP, and Jenny is rich.
Amazing. Also, I'm gonna start.
I will
calling you
use
JLo
this
Jim.
candlestick to level up. 8
It's,
gold pieces.
Sprig.
All right.
What's the plan? What's the play?
So, so is Kevin leading? Are you out?
I walked over there and I assumed that there was like a very quick conversation about like, hey, what are you doing? Are you gonna stay here? Like, what's happening? And then you probably, I assume J-Lo was like, yeah, I'm gonna wreck that ish. And I was like, okay, good luck. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna get to the doorway, and like,
So
Kevin,
yeah, I'm
come on,
with Sprig.
Kevin.
Yeah.
This way. And I'm looking out the door to make sure there's no giant out there.
Seems all clear. You look off to your left, and you can see Cherry and Stripe just like on a tangent, fading into the forest almost.
All right.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll lead us to safety.
Go ahead. Show me the way.
And I open it and I look around in the one eye in my helmet and I'm just running.
No depth perception.
Yeah.
All right. And as he runs out, I pull the hand out of my pocket and I hold it up to my ear. I'm like, you need a ring, don't you? And I just close the door and go back inside.
Oh my god.
The bell rings out on the far side of the house. Sprig, as you're making your way through the Grand Hall there, you see the 8th seal erupt. And let's see, Stripe and Cherry, you have the best line of sight of the windows on the 2nd story in this corner of the house just explode outwards in this gigantic fireball.
Holy shit.
We got out just in time, Sprig. Still straight ahead.
Yeah, well, told you it was time to go.
Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
called this one.
Thank you. And then I just turn and start marching off, like expecting everyone to follow.
I'm going to give you guys an opportunity to wrap it here. So I'm going to fade to black on us. Let's
I
start
really
with
thought that giant was coming. Okay.
that. So there's a whole game I'm playing in the back end to see where the giant is, and he didn't. I rolled very poorly for him the whole time.
We did a
Wow.
good job, is what you mean.
Yeah.
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 We were
Successful.
very smart and made lots of very good choices.
You
Successful work
you guys
retreat.
made an awful lot of choices. I did. Yeah, I don't know. The dice were with you on this side. I think even like the Death Knight was with him too, but he got his Sarge. Okay, so Sprig, you run up the stairs. Presumably, eventually, you might find a magical ring. You're going to find all sorts of other stuff now that the Willowby Hall is officially awake with the 8th tolling of the bell, and even more haunted.
Yeah, so I wander the halls looking for the ring, and if I find it, great. If I just get lost in this haunted house, that's Sprig's fate, I guess.
Roll a d20. I'm going to say high, good. Low, bad. 17.
Yes.
You do, in fact, find on the 2nd level, you find a bedroom that is adorned in more like floral, feminine motifs. It's a little hard to make out because it is smoldering and recently exploded. But within that space, you do indeed find a magical ring.
And I place it on the undead hand.
And for the first time, it flexes its fingers a little bit and forms a thumbs up, and then kind of like cracks its knuckles and crawls up the side of your arm and is chilling on your shoulder like a monkey in a lot of ways.
Big thing.
Yeah. So I have a pet hand now.
You have a pet hand that can use any magical ring as if it were a magic user.
Nice.
And it is intelligent and loyal to you. You have one thing.
That's awesome.
The best. I think you just won the whole game.
Sprig, 7,000?
Yeah.
Sprig made out.
And I have no idea that there was this much money there. I was like, 8 gold piece candlestick. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so Sprig just goes off to greener pastures and sells the head and keeps the hand as a pet and uses the gold from the sale of my my head to level up as much as I can.
Yeah, in a year from now, you're going to go to a high-level magic user to identify some sort of item, one of you who have survived, and Sprig should be sitting there in a mansion, much like this one. The hollow one, by himself, running. Presumably eventually realizing that he is alone.
Well, I guess supplementary question:
Yeah.
Snipe and Cherry, do you, just as a quick thing, do you come back to our unspoken business operations, or do you go off on your own thing?
100%.
Okay, so Snipe
I
goes.
come back.
Cherry.
I'm going where Snipe goes.
Okay, cool. So
I'm gonna put the three of you together in your not so secret hideout.
yeah, I
piece
go
and a
back
magical
to our business headquarters, wherever they may be, and I'm cleaning out Sarge's stuff, and I'm just kind of like looking through, and then I start reading into all of his bookkeeping and his numbers and stuff like that, and I get really interested in it, and I try to learn a little bit about him and his ways. Eventually I sell the 8 gold piece candlestick. I invested over many years to be able to get enough money to start a school, and I label it Sarge's Sarcophagus Safety, where I teach adventurers to be careful about opening dusty tombs, and then if they do, how to defend themselves against death knights, skeletons, or any other mummies. With JLo also hopefully supporting this and funding it a little bit. I also for our business, I open an observatory, and I can call it Sprig in the Stars, to honor our fallen comrade who, by his sacrifice, let me live. And 10% goes to Yagmaman as well. Yeah. And I just continue the business with Snipe and Cherry, and maybe they tell me about the golden eggs, maybe not.
Snipe.
So, a big part of this epilogue depends on whether or not I can. Do we get a golden egg ever?
Every morning.
Yes.
2, can I crack them open?
Yeah, so it is the next morning, let's say that you spend the night in the woods. It's a cold night because you're afraid to light a campfire. You get back to town and your not so secret hideout in the morning. Emptying the void sack onto the table, Mildred and a goose egg, which is quite a bit larger than a chicken egg, comes out of the void sack. Upon hitting the table, the egg cracks, revealing that it is, in fact, solid gold, 300 pieces worth.
Ooh, okay. So what I
About
start
a candlestick's worth.
what I start doing is I start taking the gold from the eggs and infusing my cream with the gold. So letting gold soak in the cream I cook with, kind of pouring over baking recipes from my little fake cookbook and kind of experimenting. And I create a recipe that's somewhere between a Filipino egg pie and a salted honey pie. And I present it to Cherry in hopes that it will scratch that deep, deep itch in her soul for the perfect pie.
Cherry.
I propose.
I accept.
Feeling fulfilled in my life's mission and desire to find this beautiful, perfect baked good, I basically just become like Snipe's biggest fan, and anywhere Snipe goes, I go, helping to like sell and take care of this new goose. And I find that for the first time, I have a real purpose in life. And I'm very excited about supporting this small business endeavor with our massive amount of unending income. And I experiment with taking one of the eggs and actually hatching it to see if we can do that.
Ooh.
And then, yeah, that's it. I live happily ever after in pie.
In pie.
I forgot. I was gonna say, yeah, if we could make a hallucinogenic snake venom pie, that's something I would pursue with you as well.
Snipe is on it.
And then when you guys get married, I propose a business honeymoon retreat, because that would be great as a team building experience. I'm third wheeling the fuck out of it.
It's perfect.
So cute.
Love. J-Lo, speaking of love.
So Jennifer Lopez goes
Full
up to
name.
the second floor. She goes up to the second floor of the house and then hears the Death Knight, goes toward that direction, sees Sarge dead on the ground, sees the Death Knight, grabs Sarge's sword, cuts the Death Knight in two with one swipe, then picks up Sarge, throws his corpse over her shoulder. Then she leaves, waits a while to avoid the giant. She takes Sarge directly to the insurance company, to the adjuster, and files the paperwork with his dead body right there, submits all the paperwork. Then she leaves and takes Sarge to the resurrectionist
Yes!
to bring him back. Then they get their passports to move to another country to start the insurance fraud all over again.
Yeah.
Amazing!
That's why she's so leveled up. I was like, why is this happening?
Just a couple of grifters.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Incredible. Gonna be honest, wasn't always sure I was gonna land that plane, and I'm not sure that I
You
did.
were frozen
It's
for
on
me?
you guys. So
I froze. No.
thanks for playing. Thanks for watching the One Page One Shot Club, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Later.